Veterans, it is appropriate to render a military salute. Please join the Harlingen South Varsity Choir under the direction of Mr. Jesus Morales, Silvio Flores, and Henry Tharp. Tonight, the Harlingen South Choir, joined by Coakley and Bella Middle School 8th graders, will be singing the national anthem. Thank you, and go Hawks!
Sir, can we borrow one of the mics? Thank you. Who?
And welcome to tonight's live coverage. We are here at Bogan Stadium. Joe and Aaron in the booth, and excited, Joe. Tonight we have Harlingen South going against Brownsville Lopez Lobos, and game tonight. District play. District play is always exciting. Homecoming night for Harlingen South Hawks tonight, so a lot of people coming back for this game this evening. But looking at Brownsville Lopez, looking at Harlingen South on a roll, 5-0 the last 5 games, 7-2 in the season, but they're really on a roll right now.
Aaron, you said it correctly. They are definitely on a roll. After dropping the first 2 games, they've come back. They lost to Harlingen and they lost to Weslaco. But since then, they've been on a tear, and they've been, like you said, they've been on a roll. It's been pretty unstoppable. And look for them to continue this roll against the Lopez Lobos. They've been really winning, and they've got that attitude adjusted. I mean, they really have that positive attitude going on. And one of the things that I spoke to the coach last week, and he says, he's got this. Their guys believing, and it did shows on the field. Because a lot of teams here, when you start 0-2, they may crumble. And not the Harlingen South Hawks. They've actually won 5 in a row, looking to go 6 in a row here.
One of the important things, right, that I try to remind people and myself is that the first 2 games that they did drop of the season were against 6A teams, okay? And so they lost against Harlingen High and then against Weslaco, which are 2 really good teams in that 6A, 32-6A division. And so since then, they rattled off 5 in a row because now they're playing competition, same school size, if you will, and they're really showing to be dominant in their last several games here, and they look to continue that trend tonight. Now, Brownsville Lopez struggling this year. They got 1-7 record, right? They're struggling a little bit coming to the gates. However, any team can get up for one night to ruin somebody's homecoming. And so I know that that's what they're going to be trying to do tonight. They're coming all the way from Brownsville. They're going to come over here, and they're not just going to lay down and say, hey, we're going to – I guarantee you they got a game plan going on. They got something going on. I'm looking at some of their students out there, and they do got some good size on there. But, yeah, Aaron, why not play the spoiler? Why not ruin somebody's homecoming night? And that's what the opportunity for the Brownsville Lopez Lobos have right now. I mean, you can have whatever record you want or have in your season, if you will, want it or not. But if you can come on and say, hey, we beat Harlingen South, if, say, they go on and win district, for example, on homecoming night. And so definitely looking to play the spoiler tonight. It's going to be an uphill battle. Harlingen South really has, again, been really solidified in their momentum and in their ability to really outscore opponents by a great margin. And so they won some games recently, and they put some points on the board, and definitely looking forward to continuing that again here tonight.
Yeah, look forward for a good game. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everybody at home joining us. But like I said, Brownsville Lopez, don't never let those records shaft or whatever it happens. I mean, anything can happen in any given night. Here we go.
All right, high school football is underway here at Bogus Stadium. Fielded around the 10-yard line. Here comes number 3. Brings it out to the 25 or so. He'll be tackled there just shy of the 30-yard line. Brownsville Lopez offense will get first crack.
Wow, that was a good little run there. I mean, he got it back out to about the 29-yard line. That was Gabriel Rios, number 3 Aaron. Is that what you said? It was number 3.
Sir.
Yeah, Gabriel Rios for the Brownsville Lopez was giving him pretty decent field position. That's what you want to start. You want to start off with good field position and work the run. Try to get some of that momentum going here. So let's see what they do.
All right, Brownsville Lopez. Our first look at Brownsville Lopez. I know in a long time I haven't seen this team in quite a while because South has just made the move back to 5A this year. And so going to be excited to see a new team under these lights. As far as I can remember, I haven't seen them. Here we go. I believe we have Jacob Cortinas in the shotgun formation now. Hands off. Gain of 5 yards. Good chunk there on the first down.
That was a good chunk and good job on the offensive line to give. I couldn't see his number, and that was number 22 for the Lopez. That's Eddie Slovak. Yeah, Eddie Slovak was able to get some good penetration. I mean, they got some good size up front, Aaron.
Yeah, definitely looking good. Pistol formation now. Sends a man in motion, number 21. Slovak gets the handoff again up the middle. He's pushing forward. That should be a Lopez first down as he's able to push the pile. Good start here for Lopez Lobos.
I think so, Aaron. I think with the momentum, I think with the, they're moving the chains. They're getting him a first down. So right now he's been doing 2 straight runs. And I like what the coach is doing. This is what I would do is get the run established right away. And that'll open up things later on, in my opinion. But and that's why I'm here in the booth.
Yeah. But you're right. A lot of times the run game can open up the pass game should you have one and should you need one. But right now, doing a good job. Jacob Cortinas, a senior quarterback, moving here on the defensive line. Shift. He'll keep it, Cortinas, and good job there by the defense from the Hawks getting the backfield.
Yeah, this time he's going to be about a yard loss. That's going to bring about 2nd and 11, but Cortinas there didn't have nowhere to run there, and good job by the defensive line for the Harlingen South Hawks, which were able to get some pretty good penetration and was able to move that line a little bit backwards, and that enabled them to lose a yard here.
South Hawks on the defense line, a little bit undersized. They're in the middle interior of the defense line, but they're pretty scrappy. Here we go, handout, 22, Slovak, and I don't think he gets much. Right back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and long.
Yeah, this time again, the South defensive line really did good. Had a good push, and Slovak was not able to no gain. Actually, the ref didn't even move over there in the sideline. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 11, Aaron, and that's going to be a long, hard first down to get. That's a really hard to do within no matter what team you are.
All right, here we go. Slovak in the backfield with Cortinas. Cortinas sends a man in motion. That's Alan Chavez. Looks downfield, wants to pass. That's Slovak in the backfield. Good pursuit there. That's an eye on the tackle. Loss. 4th down coming up for the Lopez Lobos.
Oh, yeah, this guy was – they read that play all the way. That was able to lose another about 4 or 5 yards on that play. That's going to bring about a 4th and 15. And South is going to probably get the ball in good field position. The punting unit, the punt team is coming out. But there was nowhere for Slovak to go on that little dump screen on there. Lost quite a bit of yards, Aaron, and that's going to be a long 4th down. After 2 successful runs, they really kind of shut it down right away.
All right, Lopez now. First team to punt here. 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 0-0 as it was a first possession. That's a high punt. Just trying to get it away from the defenders. Drops around the 49 and is going to take just a slight Lopez bounce. But the Hawks are going to have a pretty short field to work with here. About a 53, 52-yard field to work as the offense comes out on the field.
Well, I think a lot of it had to do, Aaron, I think that was a short punt is because the pressure came on. And I think that the punter had to punt it a little bit quicker than when he had to because they got 2 guys that were coming in, and I thought they were going to block it. I mean, it looked like it was going to be blocked. So, good job by the special teams unit here for the Harlingen South Hawks. to cause the punter to make a quick punt really quick.
All right, here we go. Ball starts here at the 47-yard line in the backfield. Handoff by Anaya up the middle. Look at him go, spinning his way down. I believe that's number 4, Ethan Garza, and that's really close to that first down mark right off the bat for the Hawks. I'm sorry, that's number 9, by the way, David Sanchez.
Yeah, that's going to be Angel Gonzalez. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was looking at the wrong spreadsheet there. Yeah, that's going to be David Sanchez, and able to get that first down. Good push, Aaron, and good run on that one.
All right, number 9 there on the carry. Number 8 is Dylan Anaya. He is a sophomore, folks. He's in at quarterback tonight. And kind of the last couple games, he's really kind of earned that starting position, and he's starting to get comfortable in that quarterback spot. Handoff on the right-hand side. Look at him break one to the 30, 25, down to the 20. Sheds another one, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hawks.
That was a good blocking downfield. That was David Sanchez again, number 9. Right now, they've been using him 2 consecutive runs and able to pick up a first down. And then this time, he just breaks it out for about a 39-yard run. Harlingen South Hawks strike first with 8:15 left to play in the first quarter. We have a 6-0 ball game pending to the extra point, Aaron. But that was some good blocking downfield by some of the receivers there because the cornerbacks were. They had some opportunities to try to get them, Aaron, but good job by blocking downfield. I really like to see that.
Well, you have to be happy, if you're a South Hawk fan. You've got in the backfield Dylan Anaya, who's a sophomore, and David Sanchez, who's a junior, right? And so these are underclassmen, in a sense, doing a good job here for the South Hawks. They've been doing a good job, and they're kind of keeping that momentum going. Here we go, extra point attempt. The snap is good, the place is hold good, and it's up, and it's good.
It's good.
7-0 your score here with 8:15 remaining in the first quarter. That was quick, Joe. They came out south, didn't waste any time, went to the run a couple times and busted one for a long run, and that was David Sanchez all over.
That was David Sanchez all the way. Aaron, was that a 2-play or 3-play drive?
I think 2. I think I'm thinking 2.
Yeah, I think he just back-to-back runs. He got the first down on the first one and was able to bust about a 39-yarder, 40-yarder run. So right now he's got 2 carries for about 52, 53 yards. I think they started at their own 49, 48-yard line. So good job by David Sanchez there to lead the South Hawks to a 7-0 score here against the Lopez Lobos from Brownsville.
What a beautiful Friday night, Joe. If you're not able to watch here at the game, maybe you're watching from somewhere. Let us know where you're watching in the comments, by the way. I always love to see kind of where our fans are watching from. But if you're not able to get here, it is a beautiful night here in South Texas, Joe. Finally got some cool weather in this week, and it really feels like fall now. And these are the type of nights that you really love, just being outside, period, let alone be here enjoying the football team, the dance teams, the bands. It's just a beautiful night for some community in South Texas.
It absolutely is, Aaron. I mean, we haven't had fall here. It's really not fall as much, but no. We're fortunate this week. Here we go.
All right, he's going to go ahead and field that one off the hop. Athletic play there out to the 10-yard line, trying to get the edge, and great tackle by number 3 of South Hawks. I believe that is Mikey Gonzalez.
That was a good tackle by Mikey Gonzalez, and that was number 3. So we're taking the run. That was Gabriel Rios again from the Lopez Lobos running it down. Able to not to get much on that one. They're going to stop about, a 10, 11-yard line, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. They're going to have about 90 yards to go, Aaron. And right now they've tried to start with the run earlier with Slovak. He had a couple of successes, and then they just kind of shut it down after that. So let's see what they do here, if they can get a little creative.
This is a very tough spot for them to be in, Joe, because, again, you gave Harlingen South 53 yards to work with. They punched it in 2. If you don't get out of this end of the end zone, you're going to have a problem. But here's one way to do it. Going downfield. What a beautiful catch. That is number 3 on the reception. Breadbasket, Gabriel Rios.
No, that was Gabriel Rios. And, Aaron, I'm going to tell you something. He had a step or two, and if he didn't fall or anything, that could have been 6 points easily because Rios had the steps on. I couldn't see who was covering them from the South Hawks, but that's a good gain, and that actually right there brings it down to about the 39-yard line. Gets him out of that danger zone, gets him out of that, where you don't want to really pass and stuff like that, or interceptions can happen. But good job by the Lobos.
All right, here we go. First down. Lobos. Slovak tackled in the backfield for a loss by 44. I believe that's Gilbert Lerma with a big tackle. And you're going to lose yards on that one.
Yeah, he's going to lose 2 yards on that. And it was a good job by Gilbert Lerma to get through the offensive interior and was able to get it down for about a 2-yard loss. So good job by Gilbert Lerma, number 44 for the Harlingen South Hawks, who's been having a great year.
Where are we at? All right, here we go. Number 15 still in that shotgun formation. Kind of hard for me to read that jersey. Looking downfield, I knew that's Cortinas. And he throws that incomplete pass.
Throws incomplete pass. That was also intended for number 3, Rios again. I think that's going to be his target. It looks like it. But right now, when Rios did that straight route, it looked like he, maybe do that again because it opened up the field a little bit on there. So let's see what they come up with, because now they got a 3rd and 12 to go. So that's going to be a hard one to go to.
Yeah, one of the things we really haven't seen, from either of our Harlingen schools, we're here at Bogus Stadium on Friday nights, but is any team really stretch downfield and test these secondaries, right? And so for South specifically, haven't really seen them do that. And so, if I'm Brownsville Lopez, and your quarterback can throw the ball, the receiver can get down the field and catch it, man, hit it again. Go after that. That could be a weakness exposed in that defense.
Yeah, I totally agree, Aaron. And I mean, if it worked once, it could work again. They had number 3, Gabriel Rios, on a streak pattern, and was able to get a step or two above that, and it was a good thrown ball. I mean, that was actually thrown right on the money. It's the only way you can get that to work. So, let's see. I agree with you. I'd try it again.
Go downfield, see what happens. 3rd down and 12 coming up for Lopez Lobos. 7:16 remaining in this first quarter. 7-0 Hawks on top after a short field on that punt, right? That kind of sky punt as they put the pressure on special teams. And so South Hawks liking that short field to work, where they're going to try to get another one here. 3rd down. Lopez get a shot. Cortina slow back in the backfield. Slow to the line, Joe. Trying to get this game going tonight.
Yeah.
Here they come. All right. Here we go. Snap. Looking downfield. Pressure. Rolls out to his left. Cortinas. He wants it. Oh, fumble on the plate. I think he scoops up his own fumble, Joe.
That took a good bounce. That was one of the bounces, but he really took a big loss, though, Aaron. That's the thing. He took about a good 10, 15-yard loss on that one. He kept trying to get to the defender. He should have tried to throw it away. No, Aaron, look at that. That is almost a 20-yard loss.
I mean, but fortunate for him, right, is that ball bounced onto the ground and right back into his arms, because that could have been really bad if he would have lost that fumble there. South would have had an easy entrance into the end zone. 4th down coming up, long punt. See if they can get a better one off this time. Back to return, number 15 for the South Hawks. Pretty good snap. There's a better-looking punt. He will return this one at the 40. Look at him go, 35-30 on the outside now, down around the 24-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to get, again, good field position on that one, good special teams. But that was started out by that defense. Defense has to get credit for that, for having that 20-plus yard sack. That enabled them to kick a little further back, because remember, they're about at the 40-yard line, Aaron, and that makes a big shift in position and field position by punting 20 yards further back. So, you got to give the credit to the South Hawks defense on that one.
All right, 1st down coming up now. In the game, checking in, and again is number 8, Dylan Anaya, the sophomore quarterback. Number 9, David Sanchez is in as well. Got August Wilson spread up on top there in the wide receiver position. He played some quarterback earlier on this season. Now they're getting ways to give him the ball, and he'll get it here. Left-hand side on end around. Trying to find it. He does have speed to the 20. Flag on the play, though, down to the 16-yard line. That's what you got to do, give him the football.
I think so, too. That was a good run. But we do have a flag. I think it might be called offsides, maybe. I don't know. Usually when the side judge does it, or... but anyway, regardless of that, that was a good run, and to utilize Wilson and other formats. Remember, he's a quarterback too, so when he runs around, you got to watch out for passes or anything like that, because he can throw the ball too. So that's kind of a double weapon there. That you have a running back or a receiver that can also throw.
And they may be setting that up, right? And so, like, a lot of times the team will run that, kind of see what kind of pursuit you're going to get, and see if they're going to be aggressive about it. And if they're giving you space, the next time you do that, just stop short of that end and just launch it downfield. And we know August has the arm as well.
Oh, yeah, when we've seen him throw, and he can throw. So, and I think that was against the Brownsville Lopez Lobos.
Yeah, so a 5-yard penalty. I'm guessing that had to have been offside if they're going to go ahead and let the play run and then mark out those 5 yards. So 1st down and 5 down on the 19-yard line inside their 20-yard line. Red zone time for South. Last time they just handed it off to David Sanchez. He took that outside edge and nobody could stop him. Let's see what they do here. Going to shift the offense over. Got a couple of playmakers here on this side of the ball now. Seth Vergara, number 18, is one of them. Let's see what Anaya is going to do here. Sends a man in motion. Going to look for that quick flat option. Look at nice blocking set up by the receivers, and he gets down about the 6-yard line.
That was a good little screen.
9.
That was David Sanchez gets number 9. That's going to give the South Hawks 1st and goal knocking in the door again, Aaron. Right now, they're up already 7-0, getting close to scoring again. And they've done a good job here using and utilizing David Sanchez there. And that was a good little dump pass by Dylan Anaya there.
Yeah, it's a good thing they connect on that, because that was actually a backwards pass. I was watching it carefully. And so if, say, he misses that football, then it becomes a fumble, essentially.
Yes.
And so it's got to be right on. The running back's got to make that catch. But he does. Number 4, Ethan Garsai, into block. Kind of that fullback position here. And he will get the ball. Look at him go to the left side. He's got power. He's going to drop his shoulder pad level. Touchdown, Hawks.
Wow. That was a great run. I mean, he dragged somebody in there from the 2-yard line. That's Ethan Garza, number 4 for the Harlingen South Hawks. Really dragging. I thought he was going to be short for about a yard or so, but he was able to use his power and those legs and just lunge right in for the 6 points. Good job on that, getting that play there. Wow, that was a good play.
Ethan Garza, he's a strong, powerful back when he gets the football. A lot of times he's using blocking situations, and then he plays a lot of defense as well. But give him the football. He's hungry. Let him eat. And he did a great job getting into the end zone. Here we go, extra point attempt. The left-footed kicker, by the way. Kick is up, and it looks like it is good. And 14-0 is your score.
14-0. We still got 5:06 left to play in the first quarter. And the Harlingen South Hawks are up 14-0. Aaron, the Lobos started off with the running game, and then South just kind of shut that down really quickly. Then they opened up the second drive or the third drive. I don't remember what it was, but they opened up with a 30-yard pass, and they kind of went away for them after that. So, but I guess what I'm trying to say is they've shown they could run.
Sure.
And they've shown they could get that pass downfield. So, they've got to figure out something and sustain the drive and get a long drive going and get that South offense to stay on the bench here and put some points on the board, or it could be a very long night for them.
Yeah, well, I like the way, like you said, right? They had something that worked. You got to kind of stick with it. You got to stick with what works. Try to get that offense rolling again. But really quickly here, it's 14-0, 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. You got to find something that works now. You got to stick with it. If it's ball, clock control, ball control, just to keep South from scoring again, because South's kind of on a momentum streak here, and they're going to have to get stopped if Brownsville Lopez is going to try to get back in this game.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. They've got to come up with something, maybe run and pass, try to figure out what's going to work best for them. And what they're doing is they're getting 2 or 3 plays, and then they're punting, and then South is coming right back, getting great field position, and scoring at will.
All right, here we go. Kickoff time. Lopez, nice job fielding this one out to the 15-yard line or so. Tackle come through, but he's able to avoid him. Ethan Garza's there this time out the 20-yard line. And Lopez will get a start at the 20. Try to get something working here on this drive.
Yeah, that was Gabriel Rios again. They've been using him on special teams. Also the one they caught that 30, 40-yard pass. So they've got to utilize something because they've already kind of keyed on Slovak over here, number 22 for the Lobos, should I say. And it seems like they've already got his number because the last 3 or 4 runs he's gotten negative yards after having 2 great successful runs.
Slovak and Cortinas. I believe that's Cortinas. I just have a hard time reading this jersey sometimes. But a handoff either way, left-hand side. Drops his shoulder pad, but good tackle there. Gains 2 before stopped by the South Hawks.
That was what, number 2?
I think so.
That was number 2 for the, that was Alan Chavez?
On the stop, number 33.
Yeah, Alan Chavez. It looked like he had a little bit of opening on the left-hand side, but one of the linebackers was able to close that gap really quickly and was able to only get about 2-yard gain on that. So good job on that. Good job on the pursuit there by the Harlingen South defense.
South defense, not the biggest defense you're going to see on the field, but they are quick. All right, here we go. Speaking of, they get to the quarterback jailbreak screen set up, but a good job on pursuit there, and he goes down, loss of yardage.
Yeah, that was a good play. That was that was Achilles Moreno, number 10 for the Harlingen South Hawks, with a good defensive play, and I think they were able to make them lose a yard, I think, Aaron. So it's going to be bringing up a 3rd and 9. And they've got to get something going here, at least try to get that first down going, because right now they're getting those 3 and outs, and that's going to wear down that defense. And Harlingen South, like you said earlier, the Harlingen South Hawks right now have a lot of momentum on that offense going right now, especially with the runs of David Sanchez right now.
3rd down, 9 coming up. Cortinas lets it fly. Receiver not on the same page. Incomplete pass. I think he was shooting out for number 3 here on the outside. Gabriel Rios, who ran up the field when I think he thought he was going to just stop in that zone pocket.
Yeah, I think thought he was going to curl in and But yeah, like you said, there was definitely the miscommunication here. But once again, Aaron, we get a 3 and out. And Harlingen South, I mean, it looks like number 15 for the Hawks is out there waiting for them. That's Desmond Connell. Mm-hmm. But he's already at about the 50-yard line. Yep. And if he gets a good run, he can, he's going to get it down to the 40, 30, 35-yard line. Again, putting up the Lobos defense in a really hard position to do.
Yeah, South Hawks offense hasn't had much field to work with, and they've taken care of the football and made successes out of each drive. Short punt again, even a shorter field for them this time inside the 45. And again, the South Hawks, they kind of, I should say gifted because their defense has earned that, right?
I think so, yeah.
But that offense has been gifted by their defense, really short fields to work with.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time they just start in midfield, right around midfield, or in Lopez territory. Yep. So, and that makes it really difficult for any defense, Aaron, when you have a very short field. You got 44 yards to go and score again, 3:25 left to play in the first quarter, and we're already the South Hawks are already up 14-0. This could be a long night if Lopez doesn't get something going.
All right, first in for the Hawks. They've just been keeping it real simple. This time, handoff again to
fumble.
Look at that ball squirted out quickly, and Lopez is going to fall on this one, so they give their offense a gift as well. The defense does, and they'll get a shot here.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, that's what you want. A turnover, get that defense off the field, get a little bit more of a breathing room, because when you get out a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, when you're getting 3 and out, trust me, that defense is getting worn down, especially being in that really deep territory there. So good job. I couldn't see who really fumbled, but point is Lopez got the ball, and then maybe they could try to get some momentum going with the turnover here.
I think they try to get the ball in one of their playmakers' hands, which is Seth Vergara, number 18.
Number 8. It looked like he kicked it because they went kind of far.
Yeah, it squirted out of there. So either way, Lopez gets a shot right here, spinning, gain of about a yard, but not much more.
And it was that was what again? Number 22 with Slovak again, right?
22 up the middle.
And
Slovak.
Yep.
Able to get about a yard on there. So they've got to try to maybe, I don't know what kind of speed they have on the outside, but they can maybe try to run on the outside because they're really trying to go up the gut. And you mentioned earlier, Aaron, that South Hawks don't have a lot of big size, but they're very quick. And they can get to the ball very fast.
Slovak trying to find a little gap there in the middle of the offensive line. He's tackled pretty promptly there. No gain for him. The Green defense doing a good job of kind of squeezing that inside, and Slovak hasn't had a crease.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to get that from from the beginning when he had those first 2 runs and was able to get the first downs. But ever since that front interior of South has actually gotten a good push and able to slow down Slovak there. I think he got maybe a yard. I think they may have given him a yard, a little bit of forward progress. But nevertheless, now here we go with the 3rd and about 7 to go, Aaron. And they've got to try to get something going on here. Try to get that first down, work their first downs, and then, work down the field a little bit more.
Right around 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Pressure coming. Ball downfield. Incomplete pass. And doing a good job, Cortinas. It was there, just had a step, just overthrew him just a touch. But he was hit pretty hard after he released that football.
Yeah.
He was getting up slowly.
He got up a little bit. He got a good hit out there. It was a good, clean hit. As soon as he threw, he got hit. And that could have been a little difference on there because he had Rios, on the inside. They were actually step for step. But if he could have hit it on the inside, I mean, it's really hard to defend that pass. And that could have, made it. I think Rios is already established as their long playmaker, because they've already struck with them twice. But good job on the defense there anyway. You got to give them credit there.
All right, here we go. Punt time. Again, almost blocked. I mean, they're getting closer each time, it seems. This will be kept away from the returner. Good punt. This will be the longest field that South has had to work with. But, man, they're getting closer each one of those punt block opportunities.
They are actually. I saw that. I thought that was going to be blocked again. But you're right, Aaron. This is the first time that South has actually started somewhere around the 30, 31-yard line. I mean, usually they're starting at the 50, 48, 40, 42 or whatever. So that's it's going to give them a little bit further to go with 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. Coming off a turnover right now. So let's see how they react to that turnover and see if they come up and start running their ball. Because right now they're really running at will.
All right, number 8 and number 9. Anaya Sanchez. This has kind of been the 1-2 punch. I mean, really, it's been giving it to Sanchez and let him go. They haven't had to do anything on the outside. Haven't had to throw the ball. It's just been running the football, a couple of simple plays, and they've been able to get some movement. Good penetration here. He's going to look downfield. Here comes a pass attempt. He's got someone wide open in stride. Drops it. Number 11. Jacob Cano, it was in his hands. A little bit underthrown, but still in his hands. Not able to haul it in.
Yeah, it was a little underthrown, but that's one that you should have catch anyway. You know the rule, Aaron. If it hits your hands, it is catchable. But nevertheless, so I think if he would have thrown it a little bit more, a little bit outside, on pace, he would have scored that touchdown really easy because he had about 2 to 3 steps on him. But also stretching out that defense a little bit, and setting up that run. I think that's what they're doing, saying, hey, we can still go deep on you, but then we got a penalty too. So I think there was a holding call that's going to bring him back 10 yards. I didn't see a flag, but I just saw the referee right now. So that's going to bring a 1st and 20. Now you're going to start seeing some some pass plays here, I believe. But nevertheless, David Sanchez has run for about 15, 20-yard runs. So, he can do that on the ground as well.
There was a lot of scrambling around there this time by Anaya. And so, in all that scrambling, sometimes you can get an offensive lineman just trying to protect his quarterback. That's what happened. But either way, Brownsville Lopez can use this to their advantage. 1st and 20. They want to get some good field position for their offense as well. Here's that little swing pass. One-handed grab out to the 20. Makes a move up to the 30. Gets out of bounds. Gains about 15 yards and eats up some of that yardage that they lost.
Yeah, David Sanchez on a nice swing. Man, he got a bullet thrown at him, though. He was really, they really threw that ball pretty quickly on there. I didn't think he was going to grab it, though, because, he fired a laser at him. So good job for David Sanchez to grab the ball. They were kind of almost a one-handed catch there. And like you said, Aaron, was able to get about 15 yards and 15, 14 yards and now make it a manageable 2nd down.
And again, you missed that pass. That is a backwards pass. That is going to be a fumble. And so you got to be careful with those. Anyway, Naya there slips 2. But, good job there in the tackle by Brownsville Lopez and gets him down. I don't think he even gained a yard on that.
No, I think he might have lost maybe a little bit. It looks like he's going to be maybe a half a yard loss. But still, nevertheless, it's going to bring a 3rd down. And, it's a good sustainable on the defense. It's not, who's still playing very hard. The Lopez defense is playing hard. You can see them out there. They're trying to tackle. They're trying to do everything they can to get that offense back on the board. So my hat's off to them. Good defense there.
Yeah, they can hold right here on this 3rd down. They get a punt in their favor. Then they can have a pretty short field to work with. Maybe give that offense a little spark to get going. 30 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. They'll take another snap here. Seth got on the outside. Look at him go. Breaks one, breaks another. Down to the 48-yard line. That's a 1st down, Hawks.
That's a great pass. But good job by Seth got to get that there. And was able to get enough for the 1st down and get him away from a 1st and 20, Aaron, and they're able to get a 1st down, and now they're at about the 47-yard line. South Hawks offense right now is on a roll, and the defense has got to do something to stop it. Or again, like you said, it could be one of them nights.
Does stop the clock, so we'll get at least one more play here in the 1st quarter. 14-0 still your score. Anaya, shotgun formation, handoff Sanchez, right-hand side. Good tackle in the backfield by number 58, I believe, of Brownsville Lopez Lobos. That is Emmanuel Serrata.
Mr. Serrata had him in the backfield, but was able to escape and get 2 more yards on that, though. But good job of still getting that push inside and able to get him at least, because, once he gets in that open field, it's going to be hard to stop Sanchez on there. Or Anaya. It's a good 1-2 threat that they have there. And you can't forget also Ethan Garza, number 4, and the more power back, I could say,
Yep. Cassie, you're with your Lady Hawk volleyball team. They have been working so hard this season, and the end is closing in. Tell me, how do you feel about ending this season off?
Well, as a senior, it's pretty bittersweet, but I'm excited to take home the dubs for these last 2 games.
Well, we wish you guys good luck. Back to you, Jay.
Here we go. Changing over to the 2nd quarter now. And thanks for joining us on this live HCISD broadcast today as we're running this on our YouTube page here as well as on Facebook. And so it's good to reach out to you all watching this game, perhaps from Brownsville, perhaps here from Harlingen South. Maybe you're an alumni of Harlingen South and you couldn't make homecoming tonight, so you're getting to watch your Hawks on this beautiful Thursday evening, right? I got to remind myself it's not Friday, Thursday.
Yeah, you almost threw me off there when you said Thursday. You really did.
Oh, man. All right, there we go. 2nd down, swing pass out. I think it's Vergara. Another one misses, spins. Close to that 1st down marker, just a little short.
Yeah, and I got to give a good shout out to Jacob Cano, number 11, for a great block that made that happen into that gain that it was. So good job there by him. He had a really good block, and that was able to leave that open to allow those yards to come in. 3rd down and about 2 coming up. The Southhawks have not been stopped yet, have not had to
punt this evening so far. Both drives that they had earlier ended in touchdowns, so they look to continue. But Lopez is looking to get a stop right here. August Wilson in motion. Here's that end around. Gets it. Trying to find the edge. Does on the outside. Flag on the play, though. Gets the line of scrimmage and no more.
Yeah, that's going to come back, and it's going to be a holding against South. But, I noticed that August Wilson, man, it's really hard. He's pretty fast around the edges. Even though he didn't get the first down, they wouldn't have counted anyways. It's going to be come back as a hold, I believe. But he does have some speed around that edge, too. So that's another weapon around the outsides, too, Aaron.
Yeah, get him downfield, throw him a pass in some open space, give him a little bubble screen maybe. These end runs are kind of hard because the defense is tracking you coming around, and so you probably have a spy on you. And so they think you're going to hand off, and if you do, they're able to get to you. So get some open space out, for number 2 and let them run.
Fourth
down coming up.
Offense,
and what's that going to be? Fourth down about 12 or so?
Yeah, it's going to be about 4th, 12, 4th, 13. And I believe we got a holding call there on the South Hawks. So that's going to give a good opportunity for the Lobos to actually stop South. But right now, the way South offense is running, Aaron, I mean, they can pick up 14, 15 yards in a play. We've seen it happen about 3 or 4 times already today.
All right, Southhawks desperately trying to make something happen here. 3rd down and 12. And something that happens so they can keep the momentum alive. Lopez, on the other hand, really, really wants to stop. Get a stop right here. Force that 4th down. Get a punt. Here we go. Southhawks, let's see what they have to say. Looking downfield. Anaya lets it roll. It's got him open, Seth Vergara, but out of his hands. Incomplete pass. 4th down coming up for the Southhawks.
I think we're going to see the punter for the very first down. And that was a little high, but also maybe would have been a little bit of catchable. But he did throw it kind of high. Seth went up there and tried to grab the ball, but was not able to pull it down. But anyway, I think this is the first time we're going to actually see a punt here from Harlingen Southhawks. And that's going to probably pin the Brownsville Lopez, the Lobos, pin them back a little further back there because they're going to be punting from the 45-yard line.
Number 50 in the punt, Esteban Morales. And I think he also handles the field goal kicking, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not sure. He's a right-footed kicker. Down the field, here we go, Lopez. Trying to pin this one down in the corner, and Sal's going to do a good job of making sure that Lopez is going to get a shot. It is not going to be with a short field.
No, they're going to have him. They're going to pin him down 90 yards. They got it right at the 10-yard line. And let's see if the offensive, they could come up and get some kind of spark, something going here. Because if they go 3 and out, don't gain much. Guess what? They're going to be punting right now, and South will get the ball back at about midfield. And that's what you don't want to do. So, I mean, maybe they should strike keep them honest a little bit. They know they can go deep a little bit. They've been successful one time. They've gone deep twice. And both times they've had an opportunity to get it. So let's see if they can able to do that.
South definitely playing a chess match here tonight when it comes to the field position, if you will, and really making them work hard for it on this offensive side of the ball. Looking downfield, Cortinas, he's going to get out of a would-be safety. Throws a little bit high there, almost intercepted, but good job getting away. I thought he was going to go down for 2.
I thought so too. They were right on that area, and he went after Rios. Rios did run a perfect curl route, but they weren't on the same page. He had the route going on, and he threw one way, and then he went the other. So. They've got to get on the same page because I think Rios, we talked about it, I think he's our deep threat, so to speak.
Yep. All right, Cortinas now. Pistol formation means he has that running back behind him instead of right next to him. Sends a man in motion now. Handoff. And up the middle, Slovak not finding anything there. I think he's actually going to lose about a yard on the run.
Yeah, he's going to lose a yard loss. And that I believe that was number 38 for the South Hawks to get in there. And that was Reno Villanueva to get there first and actually kind of stop him there. Oh, they might have given him a yard.
Did it? Yeah.
Gain.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the head linesman. Head linesman is actually about a yard back, and so is the linesman over here. But the ball marker hasn't moved. They need to change that spot there.
Yeah, you're right, though. It is a yard loss because it's 30 to 11. You're absolutely right, but they haven't moved it.
He's in the wrong spot. Whoa, look at this. Here it comes. Tackle in the backfield, and that is Caleb Anaya in first, and he gets him down around the 2-yard line.
Oh, man, he didn't. As soon as he went back for the 2 steps, he got some pressure in right away, and that was that's going to make it hard for them to punt out of there. And look at number 15 for the Harlingen South Hawks. That's Desmond Connell. And he's already lined up at the 40-yard line. And if he gets any 10 yards, he's going to be at the 30. Again, the field position here, and it's really it's really kind of hurting the Lobos here.
Desmond Connell, have not really been able to see him actually return one, Joe. I'm curious to see what he can do.
He might return one right now.
But I have a feeling it's going to be a very high, short punt. Very high. It's a little bit longer than it has been, but it's going to go out around the 38-yard line.
Yeah.
So, again, he's going to net about 35 yards in that punt, and that's just a difficult position to put your defense in for Lopez. And if you're South Hawks, like, man, awesome, we got another short field to work with.
And like you said, that's another 3-and-out play. And, these athletes, they work hard, they practice hard, but when you're out there quite a bit, Aaron, and it gets a little challenging, and defense starts getting a little tired there because they've been on the field quite a bit of this, and the offense has been the Harlingen South Hawks has been actually doing a really good job there.
1st and 10 now. Got a kind of a bunch package here in the backfield right now. Anaya, he's got 2 running backs essentially with him, kind of using him as an up back. Here comes the blitz pressure on the outside. He'll keep it up the middle following a blocker. Does. 75 opens up one for him down to the 25. Hops over another one. 15-10, 5 touchdown Hawks.
Wow, what a great run. I mean, that was a lot of it. It was only him. That was Dylan Anaya, number 8 for the Harlingen South Hawks. It looked like he was going to get stopped there, and it looked like they were going to stop him, but he was able to break a couple of tackles and score and get it in on their first play. Great job. You got to give him credit on that because a lot of it was him breaking tackles and everything like that. But also you got to give the offensive line to create those opportunities there. So, but it was a great run. It was an absolutely great run.
Jared Vega, number 75, had a seal block there that really opened up Caleb Anaya's opportunity to get downfield. And so great job there by that offensive tackle, number 75. Kick is up and looks to be good. That'll make it 21-0.
Extra point is
got 21-0 left. We got 9:02 left to play in the second quarter. South Hawks 21, Lobos 0. I think right now the Lobos has got to come back, Aaron, and they've got to get that defense a little rest because if it goes another 3-and-out, it can get a little crazy here. And then we still got a lot of time in the second quarter, and the South Hawks are up 21-0. So good job there by the defense by shutting them down right now. But the offense of the Lobos right now, ladies and gentlemen, has got to get something going. They got to at least, I think what you need to do right away is just work on getting your first downs, and from there the first downs will open up to something a little bit bigger. But they've got to get something going. I mean, they have run a little bit in the past. They have been able to throw the ball downfield, but mistakes, long sacks have also hurt them as well. That interior defensive line of South is really getting a good push. As you said earlier, not the biggest, but boy, they're quick.
Right. Yep. A lot of speed on that, interior defense line. South Hawks really, after last year, they lost a lot of senior leadership on the defense side of the ball, and kind of wonder what they're going to look like. They were pushed around a little bit early in the first couple games. They lost. But I think, they kind of have to find what they're good at. And obviously, they're not going to be good power, but, and not to say they can't, it's just that more than likely, they're going to have to lean to the strength with just quickness, speed, stunts on the defensive line, and really shifting fronts to confuse that offensive line. And they're finding something that works right now, Joe.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't give, South that much recognition because not because they dropped a 5A. It's because they lost a lot of their starters last year. But they've got some great, and they got some young players, and they're doing a great job. So you got to give them credit for that too.
And a little squib kick right there. It goes out of bounds pretty promptly. Yeah, and you're right. And so, I saw one of the Valley polls earlier has them ranked at number 7 in the Valley, right? And they dropped to 2 and been 5 in a row. And of course, you can argue that back and forth. But regardless, they're undefeated in this district, first time in this district, and that senior leadership, there had to be new leadership rise up, and that's what's taken a little while this year. But they're pumping right now, and they're looking good. They got Brownsville Vet Memorial and Donna left, and really those are 2 strong teams in this district, and that people have kind of been eyeing. The district championship is going to probably come out of those 3 teams right there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now. Spin's doing a good job. That's Cortinas, but I don't know if he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think he's going to lose about a yard though, Aaron. They've got to try to get something going here. I think they've got to get the work on getting, because a lot of times that they start off a negative and then get a negative, and it's really hard to overcome that negative, especially with that speedy, quick defense of Harlingen South.
Yep. All right, second down. They have it at 11. 8:30 remaining in our first half. 21-0 is our score. And Southhawks pretty much dominant so far in this game. Nice pickup here on the outside. That's our speedy guy, number 3, and he'll gain a few.
Yeah, that was
Rios. Gabriel Rios.
Number 3. That's they've been their go-to guy. That's the guy running back the kicks now, but that gives them a manageable third down. That gives them a manageable third down in about 4. That gives them a good, chance to make that first down, and then from there, at least get that defense to rest up a little bit because they've been on the field quite a bit, Aaron, and Harlingen South is a offense is not slowing down at all right now.
Well, you're Brownsville Lopez. You're going to want to listen to these names, Slowback and Rios, because they're both sophomores on our chart at least. Here's Rios downfield, just overthrown. But these are 2 sophomores, and they're bright spots here for this team.
Yeah, I mean I didn't see that till right now. You're absolutely right, and that's something to look forward to to gain some momentum, to work off on field. To get these guys. I didn't know that it was a sophomore, and then he's actually pretty fast, and
yes,
and he's got some talent. So something to look forward to for the next couple of years for them.
Here we go, 4th down situation. Lopez going to punt again. It's been kind of hit or miss with this punt situation. Southhawks have gotten close to blocking him. This time he'll get a good one off. And I get this one, probably the best one of the night, inside the 30-25 now. And this takes a really long Lopez bounce. So Southhawks going to have an 80-yard field to work with. Kind of sputtered last drive out. The Southhawk offense really kind of got away from what they were doing well.
We got a drone pick there.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's special for you viewers tonight. It's the first time it's been unveiled, and you all get to see that tonight. It is outside the stadium, by the way.
Outside. Yeah, it had to be outside the stadium.
Yep, and it is. So that's kind of cool there. You all got to see that for the first time. And look at that zoom on that thing. I mean, it's way out there past the parking lot, and it's got a great zoom on it. So
that did have a good zoom on it. Hopefully they use it tomorrow as well, too.
Yeah, as long as not too windy of a condition.
Yes.
So. But y'all watching live right now, you got to see the unveiling of the drone footage tonight. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that actually looked really good. That was a great shot.
Yeah, thanks for joining us this evening and sticking with us, this game. And 21-0 here on this homecoming night here for Harlingen South. Kind of weird to have a homecoming on a Thursday night, and so, but in Harlingen you have 2 schools and they work the schedules ahead of time to get both teams the games they need. So we actually, look at that beautiful picture, by the way. I'm just kind of stopped in my tracks here taking a look at that. Someone needs to screenshot it if you got it on your phone or something. But anyway, we got this game tonight, and then we're going to be calling the Battle of the Arroyo tomorrow. And so Boga's going to be rocking Thursday and Friday this week.
Yeah, it's rocking here on the South Side right now. The South fans right now are getting excited when their team is up 21-0. And but right now, Lopez can still strike back. They've known to strike, and they've got to do something here. They got to get something going.
But so I'm kind of confused here. Was that a penalty?
Illegal participation.
Yeah.
Defense.
So that punt will be called back.
First down.
And I believe that's going to give Lopez a first down.
That's going to give that's going to give Lopez that must have been right before the punt. Because if it happened in the air, I think they would have just penalized it. But yeah, I saw the chains moving. I'm like, well, dang, they're getting a first down here.
I want to say called illegal substitution, right? So that means that it wasn't blown dead automatically. They let the play run. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Kind of almost lost it behind his back there. Spun it back. It was like a behind-the-back pass. Alvin Chavez.
That was Chavez, number 2, going around. Yes, he had it somewhere around the backside there, and he was able to pull it forward. But this is good, though. They got some positive yards on first down because the last 2-3 first downs there, and they're getting negative yards, starting out with 2nd and 12. So good job getting those 2-3 yards, making it at 2nd and 7, a little bit more manageable there.
All right, here we go. Lopez, man in motion now, number 28. He will get the handoff. Oh, and he's hit in the backfield by number 44, Gilbert Lerma.
Where did he come from?
Man, he just got there in a hurry.
Oh, my goodness. That was a great hit by Lerma, number 44. I don't even think he saw him coming.
Wow.
He didn't see him because he was looking upfield trying to make that cut on that corner, and you just saw Lerma just come and hit him on there. Wow. And that's going to make him back now the 3-yard loss. The 3 yards that they gained, he made them lose him right there.
3rd down and 10 coming up for Lopez. Cortinas, he's been kind of just trying to make things happen tonight. He's been taking care of the football, which is important, but he wants to make something happen right here. He's got a man comeback. No, he ran a comeback route, right, or a hook route, if you will. when Cortinas want him to go upfield and just not on the same page again.
And not on the same page, Jeremy, but let me tell you something. If he would have continued on that, he had him open. He had a step on it, and then he did that curl route. And, this is happening about 2 or 3 times already. This is about the 3rd time it happened. They've got to get the communication right, because if he would have continued, Rios would have continued, I think that could have been a big play for them.
I totally agree. And so that's a timing pattern. Really, Cortinas hut 1, 2, 3, let the ball go. And so just totally off on that one. Fair catch here. He's going to just let that one go now, down to the 29 or so by the time it stops, a little bit more.
I got a good roll.
But punter he had a couple rough punts in the beginning, and it seems like he's kind of finding his groove here. But he's gotten a lot of work out tonight.
Yeah. So, and you mentioned earlier that Cortinas and Rios are both soft.
Rios and Slovak
are sophomores. Okay. So Cortinas
senior.
Somebody, I guess, is not the miscommunication earlier, because. But when they've gotten that, if they can get that communication going, they can move the. Because he had him kind of beat. He had 1 or 2 steps on him, but one ran a curl, one went straight.
They'll look at that in film tomorrow. Be like, man, I told you to go upfield, and you came back. And so someone's going to do some push-ups for that.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's some talent there, obviously. It's just getting on the same page and getting that communication piece done. Speaking of that same page, South Hawks, they've kind of sputtered their last 2 drives out now. And so, started off kind of unstoppable, and Lopez has found a way the past couple drives to slow him down a little bit. Look at this nice hitch route out here, number 17. That's a fumble on the play. I think that's going to be Lopez football. I think that is Lobo football.
Yeah, yes, the referee's saying it. Yes, you're absolutely right. And they're going to get the ball here in great field position. It's going to put their offense, at least to put something on there, to try to get something going. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. And that was number 17. That was Christopher Posada, I believe, with the drop on there. So, but good recovery on the defense. Good alert to get that ball. Maybe they can get something going on here.
Is that the second or third fumble that's been turned over 2, right?
That's number 2. That's number 2, yeah. And Lopez has recovered both of them.
They recovered both.
Yeah. But haven't been able to do anything with it so far until...
You've got to capitalize on it. Here comes a blitz on the outside. They're going to send a man in motion. Here it comes. Can he get around? He tries to get underneath it, but look at that. Big tackle there made by number 38 of the South Hawks. He stops in his tracks. Reno Villanueva.
Villanueva read that play. He ran around the left hand, or the right hand, his right hand side, and was able to look at that. He got about 2-3 yard loss on there. And this is what Lopez has been struggling with the first down plays. They've always had some losses, and they start with 2nd and 13, 2nd and 12, Aaron. And with this defense being as quick as it is, it's very hard to overcome that. It really, really is. It's really difficult because they got a lot of speed.
2nd down now. Slovak in the backfield. He does have Rios one-on-one on the outside. That's a matchup that he may want to try to exploit if he can. He shifts the defense over. He's going to spin this one out. Nice pickup by number 7. I don't know how he held on to it.
I don't know how he held on to that one either, but he got it back to the original line of scrimmage. Aaron, I think right now you have to start thinking about 2-down territory. Maybe try to get 5-6 yards. And probably you have to go for it on 4th down, in my opinion. I wouldn't try to really necessarily try to get that 1st down unless something really opens up. Maybe try to get 6-7 yards and then go for it on 4th down and try to get some momentum going. Because that Harlingen South Hawk defense has just been all over the field, and it's they're swarming, and they're playing very, very up tempo right now.
All right, when we get into 4-down territory, it's that when they get that 4th down, they're just going to go for it. They're not even going to think about it, and so they're going to get a 3rd down first before they have to make that decision. Lerma comes inside and does a good job there. Go to the outside. Cortinas lets one fly in the end zone. Interception, South Hawks. Let's go in the other way.
Going the other way, and I think he would have thrown it a little bit further down. I think they could have at least given him a chance, a jump ball or something, an opportunity. But that was number 25 for the Harlingen South Hawks. That's Joaquin Romero. Good job, Romero, there from preventing that touchdown, and get that defense. They got a turnover now, so right now we got 2 turnovers and 1. And the South Hawks really come up with a turnover that really mattered right at their end zone. So good job there.
1st and 10 now for the South Hawks. Still an eye on the backfield now. He's A sophomore well in control of this offense. Hands off. Sanchez, right-hand side, makes a move to the inside, out to the 30. Another one out to the 35, almost to the 40. And what a nice set of footwork there by number 9, Mr. David Sanchez.
Yeah, was able to get some serious yards on there. And now South, I think South is looking like, hey, we need to expand our lead. But good right now, Aaron, they haven't been able to stop that run right now. And, I mean, I'd keep doing it until you can stop it right now because David right now is running really well right now. He's probably getting very close to 100 yards and rushing already.
All right, here we go. Hawks now. Defense trying to find a space to blitz from. He'll keep it on the left-hand side. Anaya gets around the blocker there by Ethan Garza. Breaks across midfield to the 40, 35, 30. He's got speed. 20 inside now. 10, 5. Touchdown, Hawks.
Wow.
Touchdown.
What a good. That was a great run from the left-hand side. Once he was able to get loose, ladies and gentlemen, he just took the turn on the Jets. Anaya did. And it was did a little zigzagging here, and he made some of those guys miss out there for the Lobos. But you got to give him credit on that one. It was a great run on that, and good job of the offensive line to actually open up some of those holes there. But most of that was once Anaya was on the open field, it's very difficult to stop that guy.
I talked about the underclassmen there for the Lopez Lobos earlier and how they have a couple young guys on the squad. Well, I mean, take a look at this, right? Dylan Niles is 10th grader and Sanchez is an 11th grader, and so. Talk about a future there for the South Hawks as well. The kick is up and it's good. Number 83 there with kicking duties by the guy. Sanchez, he's a sophomore too.
And the South Hawks have a lot of youth in there, and that's a good sign because they can only get better from here, But they've got some, they got a good running attack there. They got Anaya running quarterback, and they got David Sanchez. So you've got some, and then you got Wilson. So you got a lot of weapons to work with right now.
All right, South Hawks well in control of this game, 28-0. Really, if you take away those 2 turnovers, Joe, right? I mean, this could probably be an easy 42-0 game the way that I'm seeing it. I'm not trying to add an insult to injury, right? But really, South Hawks gave up those 2 because almost every time they touch the ball, they've scored. And so you get those 2 turnovers back, and you've got some more points on the board.
No, you're absolutely right. I was thinking about that earlier. I think this could have been a little bit worse there. And Lopez still has to. I mean, they've got to put some points on the board. Yep. They had an opportunity a little while ago, and with that turnover really deep in South Territory, unable to get it done. So, but the offense has been struggling since the first drive. That they've had some opportunities, but like I said, there's been some miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback, and that has cost them some yep. downs and possibly some positive yards there. So maybe if they can get on the right track, get something going. If they could try to get the majority of the time out of this thing, and whether they score or not, because you don't want to give South the ball back, I don't think, right now, because they're scoring very quickly, and that will.
All right, here we go, folks. 4:30 remaining our first half, and Brownsville Lopez down 28-0. Fair catch. And so he did fair catch that, even on the one hop, and so they're going to have to blow it dead right there inside the 20-yard line. The Lobos have been trying to get something, like you said, we were talking about this earlier in the first drive. I mean, they had a couple of big runs, 5 yards, 6 yard, boom, boom, right, and then right back to back. And it was like, why don't you just keep doing that? And of course, South has adjusted and also found a way to kind of stop it. But either way, Lopez kind of tried a lot of different things since then. And really haven't seen them get back to that kind of just inside the tackle running with Slovak. And really, that's kind of, if you have to pick a weakness for South, it's kind of that interior, not because they're weak. It's
absolutely.
There's sometimes a size mismatch, but they do a good job moving guys like Gilbert Ledma around. Oh, look at that to negate that. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was number 55 for the Harlingen South Hawks. That was Tyson Tatum. He was out there. I think, he thought he was going to intercept the ball there. He was just there pretty quickly there and was able to get to the ball there. Nevertheless, though, we got a 2nd and 10, and still 4:24. That stops the clock. And if they don't get nothing here, South again will get the ball with about 2 minutes and something seconds, and they're scoring. South is scoring pretty quickly here, so the Lobos got to get something going on here.
All right, 2nd down. Ball is backed up here on the 18-yard line. They do have a receiver stacked down here, but they're going to send one in motion. So that's going to draw the safety over before they can do that. Timeout, Lopez.
Lobos.
Yeah, they got a timeout here. They can chalk it over to maybe get the right play. Try to get something going.
What a great evening for some Thursday night football, right? You don't need to watch the pros. You can just tune in right here. And thanks for joining us here on this live stream. Noticed earlier that we're running it through HCISD tonight, and it's just always a pleasure to be able to cover these games here in our community. And I'm again excited to see teams like Brownsville, Lopez, and especially now this year, Joe, we get to see some 6A and 5A here at Bogus Stadium, and it's been cool to see some different teams that we haven't seen in a while, if at all. So
yeah, I haven't seen Lopez since when they were in 6A and they played the Cardinals back. Right. That's about 7, 8, 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. So you're right, Aaron. One of the things that having two different district settings here allows us to see a lot of different teams, which in previous years, as we call these games, we see the same schools over and over and over. But now that South has dropped to a 5A squad, we get to see Lopez, we get to see Donna, and things that we hadn't seen in a long time, teams that we haven't seen in a long time. So it's been good. It's been fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, Lopez Lobo fans, thanks for joining us this evening, and I hope you spot your favorite player out there on the screen and able to support them for wherever it is that you are tonight. Second down coming up now, and 10. Cortinas downfield's got a man, overthrows him. Just a good thing for Lopez. I'm sorry that number 3, Mikey Gonzalez hadn't shaded over more. That would have been an interception.
That would have been an interception there, and he's been. I don't know. There's got to be a little bit of some miscommunication there with some of his receivers, because some of these passes have really not been in the area where the receivers are at. So either the receivers are running the wrong route, as a quarterback standpoint, you're gonna have to blame it on the receivers, because he's throwing wherever they thinking they're going to go. So somebody's not communicating properly here. Nevertheless, we got a 3rd and 10, and again to stop the clock.
Man, in motion, Cortinas rolls to his left this time, lets it fly. He's got a receiver on the outside, but just overthrows him. He's just been a touch off the last few throws.
Yeah, that was attended for number 3 again. And, he ran a curl route, and he was open. If it would have connected there, that's a timing pattern, ladies and gentlemen. And it's as soon as he does that curl cut in, the ball's got to be coming in so it can be a successful play. That was Gabriel Rios, number 3, and now it's going to bring up and we still got 4 minutes and 11 seconds. They didn't burn any time off, because they went for 3 straight passes and a timeout. So Hawks going to get the ball here in really good field position, and we got a fumble.
Man, over the head of the punter. He's going to take the safety. Smart, instead of giving it up for a touchdown. But either way, not good for Lopez. So they're going to give up 2 points here. And man, that special teams, he's punted, 6, 7 times already tonight?
Yeah, at least, and they've been putting pressure on him on the majority of the time. So the South Hawks special teams has done an outstanding job of putting some pressure on there.
And probability goes up the more times that, something bad can happen. It's not as easy as an under center type play. The snap has got to be right. The punter's got to catch it. And you got to get off a clean one, all while blocking these guys. And so, when you put your punter and your special teams that many times in that position of pressure, if you will, it's no wonder that one has kind of leaked out on you.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I think that's exactly what it is, Aaron. It's just that pressure. And it's going to come and get you, because all you're thinking is they're going to come. They're going to get it. They're going to come. And so good job on the special teams for causing that. That's really special teams.
And Southhawks putting the pressure on and finally get one. And so what happens now, in case you're not familiar, after a safety, folks, is that Lopez actually gives up the 2 points on the safety, and they actually have to punt it, right? Kick it. It's a kickoff, but it's really a punt back to the Southhawks. So Southhawks will have 4 minutes, and I believe they have all 3 timeouts, Joe, to try to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, and they're going to kick it from the 20-yard line. So they're going to get the ball in excellent field position. They're going to get the ball somewhere around midfield.
Yep.
And unless the ball goes over their head and they decide to do a fair catch. But other than that, if they can get some kind of run, they're going to get somewhere around I would say somewhere within the 45-yard line to the 45-yard line on the other side. That is my prediction.
All right, here we go. And they're not going to punt it. They're going to actually kick this one off. They do have some up men, by the way. They put some receivers, running backs in there just in case they try to do anything tricky here, but I think this one's going to go the distance. It will be returned. Seth Vergara is underneath this one. He goes backwards, catches it off the bounce now to the 25. He has got a lot of speed, folks. Cuts it to the 40, 45, 50. He's got 1 or 2 to beat, and he's gone to the 40. Almost broke it.
Almost broke it. And then, Aaron, that was a great kick, too. He was able to kick it down pretty deep. I didn't even think they were going to get to the 40-yard line. But that was Vergara there just really ran up. There was a lot of open field down the middle, and was able to get the ball. And he got the ball in good field position. He got it down to about the 41-yard line. for the in the Lobos territory, the Lobos 41-yard line. So South with the short field again with 3:55 left to play. And they're going to want to strike again, Aaron. And they can strike quickly.
Yes, they can. This time they're going no back in the backfield. And this usually tells you it's going to be a passing play unless it's a quarterback keeper. But now we go downfield. Wants to let this one fly, but it just slips out of his hand. Dylan Anaya is able to pick it up. And he tries to get outside, tackle down at the 50, about the 44. I don't know what happened there. He just let go of that ball.
He let go of the ball, but, man, I got to say something about number 58 for the Lobos there.
What a tackle.
Emmanuel said, I thought they were number 58. Man, he was able just to grab it. I mean, you're talking about a very speedy running back and quarterback, and able to come at and just grab that jersey and knock it down for about 2-3 yard loss. Yep. So good. I got to give him credit on that. Sometimes you don't see those defensive linemen get that much credit, but good job not giving up on that play.
All right, second down, about 13 coming up. Just a really weird occurrence there for Anaya. Had someone downfield, as a matter of fact. Connects. Vergara slits another one down to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to give him a good field position. It's going to be a manageable third down here. It's going to be about a 3rd and 2. But nobody's moving, so there might be a penalty in there because the chains are. Yeah, there's a flag out there. There's a flag about in the 44-yard line.
Holding.
That's going to come back. As you see the South Hawks already moving backwards. So that's the second time they've got the second or third time they got a holding call there, and after a good run and enable them to get those yards, it's going to be a little tougher now. But, still 3:03 left to play. And right now we know that the South offense can get a good chunk of yards in one play. So that's going to be bringing about a 3rd and 23, if I'm not mistaken. And if they can get at least, 10, 15 yards in there, that'd be all right.
Well, how about that Brownsville Lopez defense right on the other side? They don't want them to score. They're going to try to keep this control game, if you will, that the offense has been playing to a minimum. Dylan Anaya, look at him break 140 now to the 35, and he just falls forward for extra yardage, and he's got a lot of speed, folks, and he gets back almost to that first down marker.
Yeah, almost got it there. So now that's going to bring out a third down, I believe, and it's going to be a 3rd and about 3. That's going to be a lot more manageable. And they're not even using the timeouts because they still got 2:42 left to play in the half. That's going to be about a 3rd and 4 play. So let's see what they come up with there. That's going to be a very critical third down and if Lobos can come up and stop, though, I think South will probably end up going for it anyway. I would think this is 2-down territory unless you get a sack or something like that.
We'll see what they're going to do if they get to 4th down. Either way, handoff. Sanchez makes a move to the middle. Look at him with space to go. 20 on the outside now. Can he beat the one man to the end zone? Stiff arm out about the 6-yard line.
That's going to be a horse collar. That's going to give him half the distance to the goal. He brought him down, unnecessarily there. It's probably the only way you can get him down. But that's going to be a penalty against the Lopez Lobos, and it's going to give him half the distance. Maybe somewhere around the 3.5 yard line, because he got to about the 7, 8, so bring it down to the 4 maybe.
Personal foul. Defense, horse collar, number 18, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, so that horse collar penalty, if you get him kind of right under that helmet on that, back collar of that jersey, and then you have to pull downwards, and that's how you get the penalty. And so,
if there's a good thing for the Lobos, it's only a 4-yard penalty instead of the actual 15-yard. But still, you don't want to see that, though, because that can cause injury. That's why it's illegal now. You could, we even see professionals, getting hurt on that. So I'm glad nobody got hurt on that play, though.
David Sanchez, the lone back in the backfield, along with Dylan Anaya. And he's going to look quick. Hit on the outside, in and out of the hands of his receiver. It was their great timing pass. Just couldn't haul it in. Number 11, Jacob Cano.
Yeah, Jacob Cano did not hold it in, and I think he wants that one back, though, because he should have caught that one. But it was a good pass by Anaya, too, though. Stops the clock with 1:46 left to play in halftime. Aaron, we still have a second half to go here, ladies and gentlemen.
30-0 now, and you got David Sanchez, Dylan Anaya in the backfield. And spread offense. Other than that, 4 wide receivers spread out. Here comes the pressure on the outside. Going to have to get rid of this quickly. Sanchez up the middle. Touchdown, Hawks.
Touchdown, Hawks.
Now that's David Sanchez right there with a good 4-yard, 5-yard run. Run up the left-hand side. Almost went untouched. That offensive line of South has been doing an outstanding job of creating some holes there, Aaron. Some pretty big holes on there. And able to get those lanes open and ready to go.
All right, another extra point attempt here. Number 83, Gavino Sanchez getting some work done tonight. The left-footed kicker, good snap, good hold, and it is up, and it is good. And that should make it a 37-0 ball game with 1:41 remaining in the first half. And the Southhawks have really just started to pour it on now. And really, it's been a combination of that defense holding the Lopez Lobos, getting their offense some good field position.
Absolutely.
And really just, being smart with the football. They did turn it over twice. Imagine what the score would be if you had those 2 turnovers back. But, South is really kind of in a groove right now. And it's going to be very difficult for Lopez to come back out of this hole.
Yeah, that's going to be very difficult, especially with the offense that really hasn't gotten anything going. They haven't gotten, it's been a while since they got a first down. I think it's the first drive, Aaron, if I'm not mistaken. They've gotten some opportunities. I mean, they've gotten some misreads on the receivers, miscommunication. They've got some talent to move it upfield that just haven't been able to communicate properly. But other than, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if somebody can correct me, but I think since the first drive, I think they've been three and out in the majority of the time. Other than that long pass.
All right, here we go. 1:41 remaining in this ball game. Homecoming night here at Bogus Stadium tonight. Southhawks playing host to Lopez Lobos. And the game here late into the first half has kind of started to take a turn, momentum-wise at least, for the Southhawks, and really kind of in the driver's seat now. Lopez Lobos, it's kind of in that position right now where they're just trying to learn from this and try to get better moving forward, give some of those young guys some experience. Of course, we have a lot of football left to go in the second half, and I'm trying to cut it short, but at the same time, Southhawks have been in this position here in the last few weeks where they get big leagues and they're able to hold on to it. Either way, Lopez muffs that one that's a live football.
Yeah.
He's able to get on. I was hoping he'd pick it up quicker.
Well, he was not picking it up as fast as I thought he would.
Not a punt. That was a live ball.
Yeah, I think he thought it was like, okay, he had a little bit of time. And he also paid the price for it because he got a couple of good hits on that one. Now, Aaron, I think right now the best thing for Lopez is not to try to pass the ball, just to kind of try to run do some running plays and go in halftime and try to regroup from this, because you don't want to pass. And South has all 3 timeouts, and you don't want him to get the ball because you see him strike very quickly here. Yep. So I think Lopez is just probably going to try to run the ball here. At least I think.
Lopez does have 1 timeout remaining, and so we'll see if they're going to burn that one. Handoff Slovak, right-hand side. He's going to get hit for a loss in the backfield. I think that's Caleb Anaya, who's been in the backfield a lot tonight, and he gets another big one.
Now that's going to be about an 8-9 yard loss on that one.
It'll be a loss from the play, second down.
Yeah, I think what they need to do is just run straight right now, and because South defense and Lobos actually called their last timeout.
A little information here, a little known fact here is that Anaya that we're calling an offense and Anaya and defense are brothers, by the way. So little brother is playing quarterback, and big brother, has been around for a couple of years now. We've been calling his name here for the past, I think, this is his 3rd season in varsity. And, has been a team leader on the defense side of the ball, and last year with Levi Ince, of course, and those two really linebackers feeding off at defensive end. Anyways, now his little brother's kind of coming up and doing a great job on this offense. Really kind of, you can see him starting to get that leadership, that control, if you will, and it's paying off.
It is absolutely paying off, yeah. And I hope we win another. I'm sure they talk about this, I'm sure. At home and stuff like that, But South actually called the timeout. I didn't see that move, so South is wanting to get that ball back after that big loss of 7 or 8 yards.
Coach Izzy Gonzalez, he does not shy away, from bold moves and decisions. Oh, that's incomplete. He had a shot there to come down. Hope he's okay. He did get hit in traffic there. That's a tough pass when you throw that in between that linebacker to safety zone. You're usually going to get hit right there. And hope he's all right.
I hope he's okay. And then you see the South trainers getting out there first.
Yep.
But, I think at this point right now you just kind of run the ball and just try to kill that time
and get everybody home safe, and healthy. I mean, really, that's what you're hoping for.
You're down 37-0, and like you said it earlier, and I think it's, to see what they can do in the second half. Yeah. Maybe get some people on the field that maybe they hadn't, and see if they can come out with a spark, and just try to get something going. Some momentum going for next week or something like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you cannot replicate this in practice. No matter how intense you think you can make practice, you can't replicate another team, right? Because you're beating up on each other, basically, in practice every day. And so, this is a great opportunity to say, kind of put the score away. Let's just get out there. Let's learn. Let's grow. Let's get better tonight. And you can do that in the second half. If you're both teams, by the way. But Lopez definitely, has got a future. They've got a couple of good playmakers on the offense side of the ball, and they're just young. And it's going to be cool to see them develop.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you got some youth in there. And
number 7 for the Lobos.
That was number 7.
Yeah, he's up.
Yeah, and he's
good.
up. And some reason we don't have his number on there.
No, we don't. But glad that he's up and moving off under his own power.
Anybody from Brownsville is watching. If they could give us the number 7's name, it would be greatly appreciated. But Goody's up and he's walking out. Maybe he got I think it might, because he had to go up and maybe got the wind knocked out of him or something. He got hit right on the rib area.
Yep.
But always good to see him walk on their own power.
Okay, 3rd down. Like you said, I think you're right. I think Coach Gonzalez wants the ball one more time, and so he called that timeout.
Yeah, and then they threw an incomplete pass. And here we go again.
Look at that! Tracking. That's gonna good no call there. Maybe you
saw. They all did.
Man, 19. And I'm just saying, but he really had his eyes on the football. He didn't see that receiver coming across.
No, and that's a tough situation.
Yeah.
The receivers, and especially the ref that called it. He was one of the back judges on there, so he doesn't see that. He just sees the contact. Now the actual back judge did not call it, and he had the best view on that one.
Yeah, I'm all for calling it fair both ways, but I was watching that play develop at number 19. He saw the ball and he made a move to it, and the receiver kind of actually swiped him.
Yeah.
And so it looks like they're going to call off defensive pass interference.
It's going to be 15 yards with an automatic first down.
Yeah. But, the score
defensive
and all
pass
that.
interference.
Nobody's going to really argue to him. I know Coach Gonzalez at least wants an explanation.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, he's asking the side judge right now. I was like, hey.
Yeah, you'll go back and watch that one on film, and you're going to want that one back, that flag.
Spot foul.
But hey,
first down.
What? Good sportsmanship all around. Keep rolling. So 1st and 10 now for the Lobos with 1:18 remaining. I know Coach Gonzalez wanted one more crack at the end zone and/or field goal before the half. Probably not going to get that with that penalty. Man in motion now. Defense running in that zone now. Looks downfield and just kind of. I've noticed with Cortinas, he kind of throws the ball as he's going backwards, Joe.
Yeah,
so he really plant and throw, right?
Yeah, well, he's going backwards in line. He's getting a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, they're throwing the ball. They are getting incomplete passes. South might get the ball back if they keep throwing some incomplete passes. Sure. They still got 1:13. South's got 2 timeouts left. Like I said earlier, I think you just try to run the ball and kill the clock and go to halftime. I would not try to get South that ball back because they've been pretty dangerous.
Here comes Caleb Anaya on the blitz. They do get underneath him. Slovak does, and Slovak bangs pads there at the end. Not quite enough for a first down, but I like that tough running.
Yeah, he had a good tough running and got about 7-8 yards. It's the first time we've seen some positive yards on him because he's been really did well at the beginning and then really started struggling and getting some losses there. He's going out there.
Timeout again for South, I believe.
Hawks.
We're going to have the halftime coronation, if you will, Joe, tonight, and we'll be running through that during the halftime. So the band will not perform during halftime. I think they'll perform after the game.
After the game, yes.
But
so some fans are really going to get home pretty late tonight.
Yeah. But hey, if you're an alumnus of Harlingen South, thanks for watching this live stream tonight, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Seeing, your South Hawks really the last couple of years have really come into prominence, Joe. Yeah, last year undefeated season, did lose in the playoffs, PSG North. But, this year they've really kind of picked it up. And after the two games dropped, and, man, they're on a tear right now. And really, like I said, they got Donna, Veterans Memorial in their sights. Really, Donna was exposed earlier in the season. I think Veterans Memorial is probably that next challenge.
Yeah, I wish we had them down here.
I know. Both those are away, by the way.
Yeah, both of them are away, right? So we don't get to see either one. We'll get to see them next year.
That's true.
Yeah, God willing there. But, because, it's going to be a 2-year deal at least before they can even be, check if it's either. But, talking to Coach Gonzalez last week on Friday, he said he doesn't see him going back up for a while because they barely made the count.
Yeah, no, it could have been 4A probably even.
Yeah, very close, very close.
All right, look at that tackle in the backfield, number 38, and that'll be a tackle for Los Reno Villanueva.
Yeah, and I think they're going to call a timeout.
You want that ball back. Coach Gonzalez, I've got him. I'm going to spend him.
Yeah, I got him. I'm going to spend him. And that's where I think that they should have just ran the ball earlier because you're going to give himself the ball back. And the 4th down and 4, you're going to punt the ball. We've seen right now the way Southwest has been able to strike at will and quickly. So that's where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. 37-0.
All right, here we go. 51 seconds remaining in the first half, and curious to see when they come on in the second half, they're going to have a running clock. And for those of y'all may not have heard that before, it's when they just they don't really stop the ball unless it's a change of possession.
And I think,
or if someone gets hurt, obviously,
yeah.
But other than that, they just let that clock run down in that second half. So we'll see what they come up with. It has to be agreed upon by both coaches.
Yeah, and I think this is probably why Coach Gonzalez may want the ball back and try to score and put it out of. I think once you get into the 40s, I'm not sure what the rule is. I think you're right that they both have to agree with it, but. If say South does score and it's 44, to 0, yeah, definitely that's going to happen in the second half. Because we go, we got 51 seconds left in there, and they're going to get the ball back, pending the punt. Oh, they went for it. They're going for it.
4th down, and he connects. That's that big tight end that I've been waiting to see. I think that's number 88, if I'm correct, Joe. And I've been kind of waiting for him to get the football tonight. That's Angel Ramirez, and that's a 1st down conversion.
Yeah, he's a big guy, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a big guy.
Angel Ramirez.
Angel Ramirez, number 88. And we got 44 seconds. Clock stopping.
Lowest pick up a first
I don't know if it's an injury timeout there because I saw. I think Cortina's there. He got hit as he threw the ball there. But no, they're gonna roll the clock.
Well, he's big tight end. He's a junior, by the way, and I kind of saw him down in the field like, man, that's a weapon they need to utilize a little bit. And that time he did on a crucial 4th down conversion. Big bold statement there to go for it. I like it.
I like it too. I mean, that is a bold statement. I mean, if they lose, if they don't make it, Aaron, they get the ball back in excellent field position. There he goes.
Here he goes on the outside. Rios, can he get there? Oh, just a step behind. He was open too.
I think they're going to hit that one again before the game's over. I think they got to. I think you got to go for it in every series at least once or twice because he's got to step on him.
Support our boosters.
Gabriel Rios, number 3. He's a sophomore receiver,
and he's fast.
He's got a lot of speed. I feel if you can get him some more touches, some end around stuff, something out of the backfield. That's what's happening with a lot of these utility players. They're becoming utility players, receivers. Right, they can they catch it, yes, but then put him out of the backfield too. Bring him on end arounds, give him the football. He's got the speed for it. All right, here we go downfield, and Cortina's gonna be flushed out of the pocket. He does have a man downfield and almost intercepted. He's been close twice. I think that's Mikey Gonzalez, number 3.
Yeah, that was. And then he had number 28. He was kind of open there, but that was Joe Vega, number 28 for the Lopez Logos, running in motion and creating a speed already. And as soon as they hike the ball, ladies and gentlemen, he's already running at full speed. So that was. But he came under some pressure, and that was able to not to throw him the ball right. But he's been running that inside route, and he's been going upfield, but the South defense has just been getting there quite a bit and never giving Cortinas that much time.
All right, here we go. Slow back up the middle, right to the line of scrimmage. That's how kind of they started the game right there with that up the middle. See what they do in the second half. But anyway, that's going to be it for the first half here. 37-0 is your score as the South Hawks dominated that first half. Joe, 2 turnovers. What could have been? Maybe more. Either way, we'll have halftime festivities here. And we'll be back in about 28 minutes or so if halftime goes that quick, right?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you here in 28 minutes or so, like Aaron said.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's showtime. The Brownsville Independent School District and Lopez Early College High School proudly present for your halftime entertainment the 2022 Lopez Lobo Marching Band. The Lopez Lobo Marching Band is under the field direction of head drum major Carolina Trevino, with assistance by Ana Mendoza. Tonight, the Lopez Lobo Marching Band will perform their 2022 UIL show entitled Play. It will feature the works of Sir Malcolm Arnold and Robert Margolis. Be on the lookout for games you would play as a child like tag, patty cake, walk the tightrope, hopscotch, rock, paper, scissors, follow the leader, and tug of war. Featured soloists are on flute, Ricardo Ruiz; on alto saxophone, Galilea Salazar; on piccolo, Estrella Benitez; on trumpet, Milton Castillo; on trombone, Nathaniel Ramos; and on tuba, Osvel Sanchez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and take in the sights and sounds of one of the most storied band programs in the state of Texas. The 29 consecutive UIL sweepstakes winner, 11 consecutive UIL state marching band contest qualifier, and the only band program to win the TMEA Honor Band in Conference 4A, 5A, and 6A, the Lopez Lobo Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us in welcoming onto the field the 2022-2023 Tiny Stars. Tonight, our dancers will be showcasing their dance as they shine bright under the Friday night lights. Let's hear it for our Tiny Stars. Take it away, Tiny Stars. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the incredible 2022-2023 award-winning Southern Stars Drill Team. Under the direction of Ilian Lopez and Brianna Gaitan, the Southern Stars would like to invite you to enjoy a spectacular pound routine to This Is It. The star of the week is Brianna Colon. The Southern Stars dance officers are First Lieutenant Talia Nulian, Captain Florisa Garcia, Major Ruby Gracia, and your Southern Star Colonel, Madison Myers. Sit back and watch our Southern Stars show you their star pride. Take it away, Stars. Harlingen South 2022 homecoming representatives, please walk onto the field. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation of the Harlingen South Homecoming Court. The court was selected by students from Harlingen South in an election sponsored by Student Council. At this time, Harlingen South Student Council will be presenting your 2022 Homecoming Court. Our Student Council Officer, Anissa Sanchez, and Student Council Member, Joaquin Garza, will be crowning our Homecoming Court. In addition, Harlingen South AFJROTC cadets are on the field lending their support. And lastly, the Matty Hawk Band will be playing during our coronation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting your 2022 Homecoming Court. Ladies and gentlemen, your sophomore class count is Dylan Anaya. Dylan is the son of Yesenia Gonzalez and Benito Anaya. Our sophomore class countess is Adana Canales. Adana is the daughter of John and Jillian Canales. Your junior class Duke is Nevan Nieto. Nevan is the son of Lenora Moreno Nieto and Noe Nieto. Our junior Duchess is Alaya Fonseca. Alaya is the daughter of Abel and Michelle Fonseca. Your senior class prince is Ethan Garza. Ethan is the son of Michael and Tanya Garza. Our senior class princess is Anaí Posada. Anaí is the daughter of Rolando Posada and Adriana Posada. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the moment we've all been waiting for the introduction of your 2022 Homecoming King and Queen. Harlingen South 2022 Homecoming King is Caleb Anaya. Caleb is the son of Yesenia Gonzalez and Benito Anaya. And now for the presentation of your 2022 Homecoming Queen. Harlingen South 2022 Homecoming Queen is Calista Rocha. Calista is the daughter of Jennifer Munoz and Alex Rocha. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Harlingen South 2022 Homecoming King and Queen are Caleb Anaya and Calista Rocha. Please give all the members of our homecoming court and all homecoming representatives a big hand for the participation in our 2022 homecoming. I'd like to thank Student Council sponsor Ms. Linda Molano and Student Activities Principal Mr. Aaron Garcia for the organization of our 2022 homecoming presentation, and Master Sergeant Sucano and Sergeant Lozano and their cadets for their lending their support. Please give our sponsor and our representatives a hand for the participation in tonight's homecoming. Thank you, and always remember, Hawk Pride, a step above.
And welcome back to our second half live coverage here at Bogue Stadium tonight. Homecoming night for Harlingen South. So we had our homecoming festivities during the halftime show. A little bit prolonged halftime, if you will, but it's for good reason. Homecoming. 37-0 is your score, though, on the football field as Harlingen South really rolling here at the end of the first half. Got over a couple turnovers and really started to make things work again.
Yeah, they had a couple of turnovers there and were able to come back with a good commanding lead, 37-0. Defense has been playing extremely well. We're able to, stop the Lobos in just about in everything that they did. There was a lot of 3 and outs. They probably have the Lobos for a lot of, if they got 20, 15 yards in the whole first half, because there's been a lot of negativity on the yardage there. The Hawk defense has been swarming. We talked about it earlier, how quick, how fast these guys are. They might not be the biggest boys out there, but boy, they can fly. And that's made a big difference in the game, though. They've been able to shut down the Lobos, who coming out of a win last week, Aaron, and their first win, and put up some 28 points. But right now they're down to 37-0 against the Harlingen South Hawks. So, we talked about it earlier. We were talking about it during halftime. Let's see if Lopez could maybe try to do something a little different, Aaron. I think they've been, they've been doing some, deep patterns, and they've had it work once or twice. The run has worked a couple times, but maybe they, need to get a little bit more creative and try to get some of those first downs or something, and put some points on the board to get those kids a little bit lifted up there, get that touchdown against Harlingen South.
All right, well, bad news for Lopez if you're wanting to get back in this game is that you have to kick off to Harlingen South here to start the second half. In the second half, I'm looking back here in the back. You got Cesar Vergara, David Sanchez, and you got number 11, I believe that's Cano in the backfield, right? Jacob Cano.
Yeah, that's Jacob Cano.
And, so these are all speedsters, and so I've seen some squib kicking here by Brownsville Lopez to kind of keep it out of their hands, but if they do get a hold of it, one of those, it could be a big return. Here we go. He's going to kick it over the head. That's smart to do, and that's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, they're going to get the ball here at about the 30, 35-yard line, I think it is, the 30-yard line. But maybe a smarter thing to do because like you said, they have been getting great success in running the ball up to about midfield, even past midfield in certain times. So I think that was a good call on their part, getting their defense at least. They get not even. They only get the ball to 25-yard line. So I think that was a great call.
All right, so we're going to be cycling in August Wilson, number 2. He did start the season off as a QB1 for South Hawks, and of course Dylan Naya kind of came on strong and took that position. But either way, August Wilson, he can play just as well, in my opinion. He's going to get a shot here in the second half. Handoff, new running back, number 14. Haven't seen him on punt returns, but now we get to see him running the football pass of 50, 45, 40. Look at him go, 30, 25, 20, all the way. Touchdown, Hawks.
That is number 14, Alvin Edwards for the Harlingen South. This is the second time, Aaron, that they've scored on the very first play. And, I believe they've got their second unit already in there. And, same results. They ran around the left-hand side, opened it up. I think he almost went untouched there. Alvin Edwards, number 14 for the Harlingen South Hawks, with a 75-yard run, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great run. Showed some speed there, Aaron. Showed some speed there.
Number 14, Alvin Edwards, a sophomore.
A sophomore,
by the way. I mean, so you're looking at Dylan Nyack, a quarterback sophomore. You're looking at, in the backfield, you also have David Sanchez, he's a junior. Now you're looking at number 14, Alvin Edwards, who, folks, by the way, I just saw him hit another gear right there. I thought he was going to be out here on the sidelines. And when he picked up the speed, it almost like he had another speed in him, and he just cranked it, and nobody could catch it. I could not believe the separation that he got.
You get that separation. It looked like one of the defenders. I couldn't tell what defender it was from the Lopez Lobos. It looked like it was going to get him, and then, like you said, Aaron, he just put it on 5th or 6th gear and was able to run, and he was just getting away. A great run. I mean, one thing you have to outlook for the South Hawks being a young team. You have to, they're young. They have a shot to win the district this year, win back-to-back from 6A to 5A, but they've got some very young talent in here. I got to say, they got some very young talent in here. So things are going to be looking promising for the next couple of years for the Harlingen South Hawks as well, I think. But wow,
what a way to open up that second half there. And again, we talked about that we talked about a couple of young players on Lopez's side. I don't mean to kind of really just favor on the south side, but really, I mean, you see number 14 here on your screen. I mean, this could be somebody. I mean, I love by the way, David Sanchez has been running the football, and he had a long break too. But this is another level of speed that I just saw for number 14. You can't. It's hard to replicate that. And
that is.
He may get some more touches here towards the end of the season.
I think I would try him out for sure.
All right, here we go. Kickoff time. Lopez is going to try to respond somehow here. He's able to slip that tackle and out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and Lopez has got it right now. I mean. They've got the ball. They've been struggling to get some, first downs. They've been struggling to get a couple of things down. Although they did have a gutsy 4th and 4 right before halftime, and very deep in their own territory, ladies and gentlemen, and were able to convert that 4th down into the first down and keep the South Hawks from scoring again. But what I think right now, Aaron, I think is try to get that run game going, but try to do something a little different with that run, but definitely be strike downfield because. They have the weapons downfield there with the Gabriel Rios that's been actually doing really well.
All right, here we go. Off to the races. Not so fast. Gets tackled on the side. They're trying to break it to the edge. Just really can't get those horses going, if you will, Joe. And great job there swarming defense by South Hawks.
Yeah, their defense, and we've seen this happen very, very often here, Aaron, where in first down they lose 2-3 yards, and then they start with the 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, and with the offense that's been struggling all day, that makes it a lot more difficult to get those first downs, and then that's how you get those 3 and outs, and then South gets the ball back in really good field position.
All right, Cortina's there in the backfield. He's been tested tonight. He's been battling as well since the man in motion. We'll hand it off to his up man. In the backfield, Gilbert Lerma. Tackle for a big-time loss. 3rd down and long coming up for the Lopez Lobos.
Right now they're going the opposite way, Aaron. They're going backwards here. Started the ball at the 25-yard line. And, no, actually at the 27, according to the markers here. But right now they're going backwards, and they got a long 3rd and 19 to go. And South Hawks right now, that was Ledema coming in on the gap. Nobody untouched was able to get him down for about a 4 or 5 yard loss.
And he's been making plays all season long. I remember he had a touchdown early in the season, too. And so he's just a playmaker down there for the Hawks. Screen set up. Nice job setting this one up. Look at him go, too. He's going to make a break, but good job there by the defense. I thought he was going to break this one, folks. Number 2 of Lopez Lobos, Alan Chavez, but ends up having that green defense following him out there and gets him down.
Well, it got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe gain a couple of more yards, but it looked like if he would have kept that edge going, because I agreed with you, Aaron, right now. I said, wow, he's got a lot of open space if it had continued right. But he decided to go right down the middle and met the swarm of some green jerseys there, and South Hawks were able to get it down to about a 4. I mean, it was still a good gain there, so it brings a 4th down and about 7 to go.
And I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to call a big one on this one. He almost broke it out there on the outside, but, something there. May want to come back to it later. Punt gets this one away. Nice booming punt. It will be fielded at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, South's going to have the ball, decent position right now. And interesting to see who we're going to see now at running back right now.
Yeah.
They got so many weapons on this offensive line, but you got some new guys in there. I see number 72, the offensive lineman coming in. So they got some. They're getting their underclassmen maybe to get a little experience on here, and getting the ball to getting them to get experience for maybe next year or stuff like that, though. Because now we're getting closer and closer to playoff time now.
Well, you mentioned number 72 checks in the game. That is Jack Mattingly. He's a sophomore as well. Also number 73, a junior, Jacob Gaitan. So, again, underclassmen getting a chance here. Number 14, he broke one for 75 yards. Now he's going to break it out to about the 50-yard line. Another 14-yard pickup for number 14, Alvin Edwards.
Alvin Edwards was a shoelace away, Aaron, from getting another touchdown. I was about to say, man, he's got 2 carries. He was going to go over 100 yards in 2 carries already. This guy looks like he's exciting to watch already. I mean, I'm not saying that Sanchez and those guys are extremely, but I haven't seen this guy, so it makes it a little bit more fun and more interesting there. Keep giving him the ball. I want to see more.
Let's see some more. 1st down and 10 coming up for the Hawks. 9:04 remaining in the 3rd quarter. August Wilson pitches this one out. Nice pickup, number 24. Look at him making us go on the outside is Ethan Hernandez.
Yeah, probably one of the smallest guys out in the field right now, but he's got some speed. And I'm glad to see him out there because I've seen him in special teams a couple of times earlier in the season. Hey, you know what? Ethan, right? Was it Ethan Hernandez? Good job getting those 4 or 5 yards on there.
2nd down and 6 coming up for South Hawks. Brownsville Lopez defense coming up with a pretty base front right now. Handoff up the middle, number 14, Edwards, gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, this time he ran right up the gut there, Aaron, and able to get 2 yards, but he's very explosive, so if he gets one little lane or one little gap going, it's pretty much goodbye. Like you said earlier, I've never seen that kind of speed, just the way he just elevated it earlier on that long run, on that 75-yard run, should I say. So he's probably got about 89, 90 yards already in 3 carries, so that's interesting.
He is alone back in the backfield, shifts over again now. August Wilson at the quarterback position, takes it, hands off Edwards up the middle. Tackled by number 58 of Lopez Lobos, and he'll stop him. That's Manuel Serrata.
That's Manuel Serrata. He had a great play earlier on the quarterback on Anaya earlier that was able to drag him down. Very interesting call here for Coach Gonzalez. It looks like he's probably going to go for it, and it's a why not? It's a 4th down. It pretty much is going to run it right up the gut, I would think. And with 7:25 left to play in the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen, we got a 44-0 ball game. The South Hawks have been dominating this game on both offense and defense here.
I think he just trusts his defense right now. He says, even if we don't get it, I think our defense gets a stop. So August Wilson now, handoff Edwards, right-hand side, trying to sneak up the middle. He does, breaks it now, 35-30. Look at him go. 20. He's gone, 10, 5, touchdown, Hawks.
Oh, yeah, once he was in that open field there, and I saw the Jets came out, and he was able to score. Edwards again, number 14. That's his 4th carry. Already has over 100 yards. That's amazing. They've got themselves another weapon there. Excuse me there, but Alvin Edwards right now on a 4th and 3 takes it down all the way down and scores at will. Makes it down to a 50-0 ball game, pending the extra point here. Wow, that's all I can say.
We've seen a lot of players in the last several years calling games, and honestly, folks, I know Hogs have second team guys in right now. Lopez is still playing with their first team, same group from first half essentially, and so Edwards is playing that first defense, right? And the speed that he has and the vision, it's impressive right off the bat, folks. Well, you may be watching the birth of the next great back.
You made a good point right now, and I'm thinking about how your great point is. Okay, so the second unit is played against the first unit,
right?
And I'm going to tell you one thing. That second unit has looked a little bit more explosive. I mean, they've scored at will very quickly in less than 3-4 plays. This one took 4 plays. The last one, it just took 1 play. So in total of 5 plays, they're put 14 points on the board in 5 plays. That's got to be impressive. That shows you the depth. I'm trying to say that they have. Harlingen South has some good depth. And, God, the backups are, I don't know. I wouldn't even call them backups.
Yeah, I mean, August Wilson is a bona fide starter in my opinion still, and so you got him. He can run second string should anything happen with Dylan and Naya, right? And are interchangeable. And then of course now you're seeing you got David Sanchez that can run the football. You've got Ethan Godesau who's your power back, and then all of a sudden you find out you have this Alvin Edwards number 14 who can also really turn the Jets on once he gets a crease. And so I'm looking at this. I'm like South Hawks, they're setting themselves up pretty good for the playoffs.
They got weapons.
They do, and really haven't had to utilize them too much. So anyways, all that to say, folks, again, not trying to harp, too much, but just I got to say when I see it, like, you may be seeing the birth of the next great back here in this area of the valley, and maybe Alvin Edwards. Well, I'm throw that out there. I'm throwing it out there. Maybe I'm wrong, but someone can come back and listen to this broadcast and say, hey, y'all called it, a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to agree with you on that because, I mean, I don't know exactly what his stats are, but he's got 5 carries and he's over 100 yards.
Oh, easy.
So he's averaging over 20 yards a carry.
Exactly.
That's impressive. I don't care what defense it is, and it's been very impressive right now with Edwards. So, like I said, we might be seeing something special here in the next couple of years.
Those are all joining us live. You got to see the unveiling of the drone earlier. Now you get to see maybe the unveiling of the next great back on this part of the valley. So back to Lopez now. First down attempt here. They'll lose 2 yards on that carry.
Yeah, again, what we talked about earlier in the first downs, they lose 1 to 2 yards, and it makes it very more difficult for them to get that first down. Right now, with 6:40 left to play in the third quarter, right now the Harlingen South Hawks have a commanding 51-0 lead, and we're starting to see a lot of the players already, getting the second unit in there. Second unit, same result. That's all we can say.
Little hold up here on the sideline, and they're going to get the play in. Yep, they are just in time. 10 seconds down the play clock, 6:20 remaining. And, this quarter, I don't know if they're running the clock, but it's going pretty smoothly. There hasn't been a lot of stoppage, if you will. Down the field, here we go. Cortinas, let's just one fly. He's got it. Oh, intercepted by the South Hawks. He's going to break this one. Now to the 20-15-10. Can he break inside? No, he doesn't, but interception number 19, Carlos Cano.
Carlos Cano really wanted that touchdown. You always want a defensive touchdown. I think if we would just kept going, Cano should have, but he made that stop, tried to juke inside. It was a good move anyway. I mean, he got the INT. He did a great job, great defense on there. Another one too, Aaron. Going back to the Lobos, looks like there was another miscommunication on there, on the quarterback and receiver. We're not on the same page, but nevertheless, that was a great job on Carlos Cano, number 19, almost getting in. And you always want them you just want to see the defensive players get in there, man, because they don't get that opportunities a lot. So good job by Carlos there, number 19.
We had number 88, Angel Ramirez, hanging out in that zone. I thought he was going to go to that big tight end, but they were not on the same page again. Blitz coming up the middle. August Wilson, left-hand side, trying to find pay dirt. Does he? Dragging? No, he's going to get dragged back. And it'll be second down, Hawks.
That's going to be a second down. It's going to be about a yard and a half shy, maybe 2. But you kind of wanted him to score there, and I think Sanchez is going to the sideline. He's like, hey, man, I think I want to go in now. He went up to the coach right now. I saw one of the coaches. He's like, hey, man, let me in there. But I think they told him no. Yeah. And there's Edwards in again. So that's interesting to see who's going to get the ball here.
Second down now. Kind of bunch formation here for South Hawks. Here comes the heat on the right-hand side. August Wilson will run left. He's got an edge there. Can he get through? Pushing his way. Touchdown, Hawks.
Quarterback keeper number 2, August Wilson.
That was August Wilson there, number 2, going around the left-hand side, making it look kind of easy there, getting a 2-yard run, good push. Offensive line did a great job of getting that push against the Lopez Lobos defensive front, and able to get those 6 points right now, Aaron. I think it's safe to say that it's maybe we should start seeing the third unit in there if there is such a thing.
Yeah, 57-0, pending this extra point here by number 83, Gavino Sanchez. Kick is up, and it's good.
I think Gavino's gotten a lot of work in today with
with
all the kickoffs that they've done for all the touchdowns, all the extra points. I don't think they've called it field goal. Because we got the 2-point the safety, but nevertheless, though, he's probably been in there 8 times, kicking 8 extra points, maybe 7. I don't know, somewhere around there. My math correct?
All right, folks, 5:19 remaining in the third quarter, and that extra point there by Gavino puts another one. 58-0 is your score here from Bogus State on this homecoming night for Harlingen South. And, we had the homecoming activities earlier, and, good to see some alumni in the house and just enjoying this game. It's kind of odd again. We talked about this earlier. Thursday night games are really odd because, either late games for these students, right, whether you're dance or band or cheer, football, or student trainers, our camera crew here at KHGN, right? And,
everybody.
They got school in the morning, so everybody's gonna have a long night. But it's better and it's sweeter when you get a victory of your Harlingen South, and of course, it looks like they're gonna enjoy that tonight. So,
well, every time you mention Thursday, it makes me remember I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, still got another work day tomorrow.
Because I thought, man, it's Saturday, but no, it's not.
Well, if you are football fans, you're gonna not want to miss Battle de Arroyo tomorrow. That'll be going on 7:30 kickoff right here from Bogus Stadium. We will have that live broadcast as well. All right, down about the 24-yard line or so.
On the return, number 24, Sebastian Hernandez.
So you just love football. Tune in for that one tomorrow. It's probably 2 undefeated teams. Long time rival. I think over 110, 13 games played between the two teams.
Somewhere around there. And if you love football, this is it.
Yeah.
And probably more than likely. Can't leave Los Fresnos out of the picture, but the district might be, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think district title runs through Boda tomorrow, Battle de Arroyo.
Yeah.
And it is a Great American Rivalry game as well. So, hey, you don't have to root for either team, but if you just like high school football, it's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one.
We will have a call here 7:30 tomorrow. Here we go. Handoff, Slovak, and he will be stopped in the backfield, right back to the line of scrimmage about.
No gain on the play.
I think he was maybe to get back to the line of scrimmage there. But nevertheless, brings out a 2nd and 10. 4:54 left to play in the third quarter.
Not in a big rush to get back to the line of scrimmage here. I'm noticing that, right? Not a lot of urgency. And of course, I blinked, right, and I'm looking up the scoreboard, and it's already three touchdowns further into it. It's 37-0 at half. Now we're 58.
Yeah.
I mean, just like in the third quarter, folks. And so, this here's the name of the game is learn, grow, get better, stay healthy, right? And so let's hope all that comes to fruition here. A high, dangerous pass there, man. Mikey Gonzalez was tracking that one again. He's been close 3 times to interception, just hasn't got one.
Yeah, he's been hawking those, and he's been getting really close to getting one, but unable to get one. But you keep throwing in that direction, he's ended up going to pick up one sooner or later there. So yeah, we got 4:21 left to play. I thought the clocks would be going, but no, they're stopping them.
Yeah, maybe we'll look at a running clock for the fourth quarter, perhaps. But I definitely agree that may be in order here. Either way, third down, 10 to go, 4:21 in the third quarter. Ball on the 24-yard line. 58-0 is your score here from homecoming night in Harlingen at Bogus Stadium. Brownsville. Lopez looking downfield, tucks it. Cortinas wants to keep this one tackled, but gains about 4 yards on that one. Fourth down coming up.
Yeah. Fourth down, I think they're just trying to burn as much clock off. They really haven't done much. There've been a lot of 3 and outs. Their punter's been out there quite a bit, though, and he's been in the special teams have actually been very close of getting the ball down. South should be able to get the ball here in really good field position. No, they're going to go for it. Why not?
Why not? At this point, honestly, the score doesn't matter. Yes, it does as far as win column, but it doesn't matter at this point. Hey, try something different. Try a different package out. Learn. Again, you're not going to be able to replicate this type of intensity in practice. And so I'm just a big believer, learn from it and grow from it. So
I think so. I think they're going to call the timeout to maybe discuss the play.
What exactly?
Yeah, I think they just let the time run down. 3:35 left to play in the third quarter, 58-0. Hawks over the Lobos. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We got, if you're a South fan, you're loving this. But Aaron, I think they've, maybe with this timeout, some kind of trickery, something a little different, just to keep South honest, the defense a little honester right now, because right now they're swarming everywhere.
I'm a big fan of just opening up the playbook right now and kind of seeing what you can come up with. Really, when you look at it, you got this week and 2 more weeks and season's over, right? Of course, unless you're going to playoffs. But at this point in the season, especially for your younger classmen, you want to get them some experience. You're playing probably the best team in the district here with Harlingen South. Maybe Donna and or Memorial could argue that. However, give them some playing time. Go for it. Make something happen. 4th down and 6. Looks like they're going to go for it, Joe. Here we go. Cortina sends a man in motion. He has tried to hit 28 on the run, by the way, and it's close. Looking outside, he wants him again. Look at him on the sideline. Just overthrows him. Almost intercepted. But he likes that little kind of give him that running start almost. It's like that arena football type,
I like it too. He just needs to get in tune with him. But I like the play call.
Yeah.
I like it. They went for it, and and that's something, another play on the play option that they've done that they haven't used quite a bit. But it just pull something different from the arsenal. And the coach did it from Lopez. Good job on their part. I would have done the same thing. I would have done something different.
All righty, 1st and 10. August Wilson now lone person in the backfield. No running back. He's got everybody split wide. 5 wide receivers. Could be a quarterback draw from this position. He can run. No, he's going to tug it past. Here he goes. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Here comes the pressure. Let's go downfield. Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. That was a good job by number 24 of the Lopez out. Sebastian Hernandez really coming around the edge from the corner side on the corner blitz. And he's got some speed, and he was able to come up after Wilson. And Wilson was able to have to throw the ball a little sooner than what he really wanted to there. But, it's, it just shows you the hustle, and they're not giving up. They're still trying to play, and they're playing hard out there, and you got to respect a team like that.
2nd down and 10. August Wilson again. Here comes a pressure. Left-hand side once again. Same guy. Will he get there? He does get to August Wilson this time, and he takes it down. That's number 24.
Yeah, he did the same corner blitz. That was Sebastian Hernandez, number 24 for the Lobos, coming out from the right-hand side and coming out with a blitz, giving them about a 2-3 yard loss. That's something we hadn't seen right now on that corner blitz, Aaron, and I think something that's been successful right now, and I'd say keep it up. Do it again.
Wondering why they just went away from running it with Edwards. Why not? It's like at this point in the ball game. But
they have him lined up on the.
He is in the slot out there.
On a slot, yeah.
You got a lot of speed down here. Cesar Vergara, and you got Edwards on the outside, but they're going to go opposite. I was really low, but he picked it off the ground. He will get a couple of yards, but back to the original line of scrimmage.
Back to the original line. That's going to bring a 4th down. That's going to. I think Harlingen's going to go for it as well. They're just going to keep going. I think that why not? Lopez did it on their side of the territory. I think South should just do it. Burn that a little bit of that clock.
Right around that 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Score is correct, 58-0. Their score here, Harlingen South. Been in the driver's seat pretty much the whole night. Did have 2 turnovers earlier on, and it kind of makes you question what the score may have been had they not turned the ball over. Lopez is unfortunately not able to really convert or do anything with that. So we have the score we have now. August Wilson looking downfield, wants to throw, connects. That's number 15 with a reception, Desmond Connell. And that may be a first down, Hawks.
That's going to be a first down for the Hawks. The chains are going to move. That's going to bring 138 left to play. Now the clock is moving.
That is a South Hawk. First down.
I think it should stop right when but I guess they're letting it. They're letting it roll now.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting it roll now because it usually stops when they move to the chains.
Correct.
So here we go. Harlingen South.
They do have number 14, Alvin Edwards, in the backfield, sophomore running back. They will blow this one dead. I think they're going to call a ball start on
offense.
Green.
Number 74. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot.
That was a good
First
job.
down.
I can't see the jersey from it is 80, 90 from the Lobos. He kind of jumped and went at him, and then he bit the guy next to number 13 over here. He's the one that kind of stepped in and just kind of made him flinch a little bit and did a good job.
All right, first down, 15. The clock is running still, 1:04 now, and you're still with us on this broadcast. Thanks for joining us, and of course, in any game, right, regardless of what the score is, just a joy to be able to call some high school football. Here we go. Nice pick up there. Pass catch. May have the first down, number 15, Desmond Connell.
Yeah, he took a big hit too, but it was able to spin around it and get a first and goal.
Looks like it's going to be first and goal inside the 5-yard line.
First down.
So this is August Wilson did get that last one right. He ran that one on the left-hand side.
How about you see number 24 of South Hawks get a touchdown?
That's it. Hernandez, I believe, right?
Yeah, Hernandez, number 24.
Ethan. All right.
There he
goes. He may get a shot right here. He does. Right hand side, Ethan Hernandez. Touchdown.
Oh, there we go. All right. I'm glad that they did that. Ethan Hernandez, number 24. Yeah, look at him.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. He has speed. He may not have the size, but he's got speed. So, you know what, man? I don't know if he's a senior or not, but, hey, he went down homecoming and scored what is he, Ethan?
Got him as a junior.
He's a junior. He'll be back next year. We'll get to see him. But, hey, anyway, he scored a touchdown. That's all that matters right now. And he did a heck of a job.
All right, 64-0 extra point attempt here coming up for number 83 again, Gabino Sanchez. And is this timeout? I think they're calling it a timeout. Oh, the play clock was about to expire on the South Hawks.
No, yeah.
Right?
I don't know if 5 yards would have made a difference.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Tess got, a little bit. Let's see how far. I've seen him in Warner, by the way, kicking him around the 45s.
Yeah. Coach Gonzalez probably like, hey, might as well burn these timeouts. I got a couple of them in there. The game's already pretty much done. We got a 64 pending deployed, 64-0. The second unit here, if you want to say that, I hate saying that. Of the South Hawks have almost put, they've already put 28 points on the board, 28, 27 right now, in a matter of in one quarter. Pretty impressive.
Yep.
Pretty impressive.
I'm curious with that timeout, right, and kind of what Coach is thinking on that. Obviously, we'll get to figure it out here. I'm like, there's not going for a trick play or anything like that, right? Can't be, but if it was just to kind of save those 5 yards, I'm like, hey, give Gabino a chance to show he's got a bigger leg than 20-yard kicks, but maybe next game.
Yeah, well, in the playoffs, you might need them.
You might need it. That's right.
You might need it. You got to start thinking about it, ahead. I mean, then obviously the South Hawks, whatever comes out of the district or not, but they will be in the playoffs. They're going to be contending. Once you get into the state playoffs, you want to start bringing the weapons. And right now, we're starting to see some different weapons, some different, Alvin Edwards over here scoring a big.
Holding.
Big shout out to Ethan Hernandez, number 24. Very speedster. I'm glad he got to see him with the touchdown. That's really awesome. Good job on the coaching staff to call that number, man. It really was.
Got a holding here, Joe, on this. On the
Oh,
offense.
really?
Yeah. So they're gonna march it back, and so I think those yards they try to save with that timeout, they're gonna get them.
Yeah, and +5 because it's 10 yards. I think isn't it? It's 10 yards versus the delay of game is only a 5-yard penalty.
So they have to kick a 27-yard extra point now.
I'll tell you what, though, Aaron. There's 21.3 seconds have lasted quite a bit here.
They have. Marching it back some more, so that's about 30 yard.
Yeah, and that's going to be actually, you're right around 30, 31 yards.
Gavino just kind of pooch kicks it. He really just little chip shots. Let's see if he puts his leg behind this one. Yeah, he does. Look at that.
Oh, you got a leg.
He can drive these 45.
Oh, no good.
He pulled it just a little bit.
He pulled it, but he's got the leg.
Yeah.
He's got to get a little bit more accurate. And that's what you want to do. That's what you want to kind of test. The work on in practice that says, hey, man, we need those 30, 40-yard field goals, and especially when it comes down to the playoffs where every point matters in that situation because, the level that you're playing, you're playing a much better teams. You're playing playoff teams now.
So as it stands, 64-0, 21 seconds remaining. 20.3 to be exact in the third quarter. And they still got one more quarter to play here at Bogus Stadium. Brownsville Lopez unfortunately just has not been able to really generate any kind of offense this evening, Joe, aside from early on, right? But really that was a couple plays, Joe, and really other than that has not really been able to get anything established. And hats off to the South Hawk defense. They've been swarming all night long.
Absolutely. And, they just haven't been getting in any kind of rhythm. And give credit to South defense, like you just said, Aaron, for not creating that rhythm for the offense because South has just been very disruptive. They've been swarming around the ball. Their speed has just been phenomenal getting around the edges and causing the Lopez Logos to start always in second down and 12, 13 yards all the time. There's a fumble.
Live football right now, but he's able to jump on that one. Oh, that was close. And I've seen a couple of those tonight, but that's 22. That's slow back.
That's slow back there.
Yeah, Mero. He almost gave that one up. But either way, Brownsville Lopez. I got to get used to that. Again, I haven't called Lopez Lobos in a very long time.
Yeah.
We're used to the Riveras and Vet Memorial and Vet Memorial was on 5A as well, but we had them in 6A. So Pace this year, right? And so seen some different teams that. Not normally. Hannah's usually is one of the normals here, but going to have Lopez in the house. So South's got Donna and Vets Memorial. Brownsville Veteran Memorial left on the schedule. Someone argued Veteran Memorial. They beat Donna pretty handily a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And so they may say that that's the team to beat, in this district.
That's going to be a good one. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear.
Yeah, Vet Memorial, by the way, is 5-2 and 2-1 in district. They did drop a game in district to Wesco East, close one, 22-21. So they will have.
And South beat Wesco East.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. So they have that tiebreaker there in case. Yeah.
So that'll be next Friday. South goes to Brownsville Veterans Memorial. Should be a good one. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of get in this mode where I'm just a fan of high school football, Joe, and sometimes I just kind of surf around and find some local games and just enjoy watching that. It's because there's almost nothing as genuine as high school football. Right? Even now with NILs in college and stuff like that, it's a lot about money, and so and rightfully so. But I'm just saying, high school is still kind of preserved as a genuine people are here to play some football.
Yeah, right? I love to watch it. I love this what we do here. You get to watch. We get to commentator and get to watch some high school football, like you said. It's nothing better to do this on a Friday, or in this case, a Thursday night. And just calling out a good game here.
All right, into the third quarter. It's going to bring up the fourth quarter now, and teams are going to switch sides.
Cassie here with your South Hawk basketball team. They've been working so hard in their off-season, and they're ready to have an amazing start to their season. Tell me, what's your game plan for this season?
Our game plan this season is to go undefeated. We've been working real hard in the off-season. I think we can do it.
I'm so proud of our underclassmen getting down with the grind and hustle, and y'all are ready to see what we put out on this court this year. Thank you, and Hawks up.
Yeah. We wish you guys good luck. Back to you, Jay.
That's some good reporting down there. Was that a wig, though?
You know what? I don't know. I think maybe.
Maybe.
I'll go with maybe.
Yeah, let's just say maybe. That's a good reporting down there, though.
Good job of highlighting our different teams throughout the season, and just a reminder, that obviously our schools and school districts is more than just a football team, even though that's what we're broadcasting here, but so much more going on at our schools. Nice pick up there, Slovak, getting some speed on the edge.
After dropping about 4 or 5 yards, he got some positive yards there. They got a good, and this is why the negative yards are so important, because if they ran that play, that's a first down there, and they were down 4 or 5 yards already to begin with in second down. So they got the potential to do that. They just got to get that first down jitters out of the way and stop getting these negative yards. And right now, I mean, we got 11:23 left to play in the fourth quarter. Go for it if you don't make it in third. I just totally agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, man, ball's on the ground, but good job there. Cortinas intercepted. Eventually on the second try by number 16, Chris Martinez, tip drill. And South Hawks have the football.
On the interception, number 16, Chris Martinez.
That was a good, I mean, you got to give them on that one to be an alert, though. That's got to be alert, and that's got to be really pretty bad. I mean, right now the Lopez defense has got to be tired. They've been out there numerous around time, and offense is 2, 3, some So it's been tough. It's been tough. But they're still playing hard, and you got to give them so much credit for out there, because they're still running really hard, and then they're working very hard. So
yeah, I understand. Cortinas has been on the run all night long.
He has.
And, in general, he's taking care of the football. Hand off here, Edwards, and just that one, he was rushed, made a throw, and good pickup.
Yeah. We've got a 64-0 ball game here. 10:54 left to play in the fourth quarter. South Hawks dominating this game here. But we're getting to see some different players there, and this is another thing. This is why I like doing this. Another thing, too, is what makes it exciting when you get to see, like, Alvin and all these other players, getting to touch the ball. We saw earlier, number 24, score a touchdown. That was Ethan Hernandez.
Nice throw here by August Rush out to number 15. Desmond Connell kind of been his favorite receiver since we've seen August Rush come in. I think all of his pretty much pass attempts have gone there 15.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been. And, I think South is just doing some really tight screens and just easy. I think they don't really – I think they're just kind of respecting the moment. They just don't want to really put more points on the board, though. But at the same time, if
one breaks,
it's kind of hard not to if the defense is just very tired and stuff. Because I could tell that they're just, they're running a lot of inside and just quick screens.
Conservative football, if you will. August Wilson, man in motion, handoff, 17 around the right edge, trying to find some space. First down, more slips, though. It's Christopher Posada, and he's down.
On the carry,
he's down,
17,
got the first down.
Christopher Posada. That is a Harlingen South Hawk first down.
Wow, it's you get to see some people.
Correction, number 7.
And they're going to have the ball here about, 16, 17-yard line. Let's see what they run here.
All right, Edwards in the backfield with August Wilson. Good snap, handoff. Edwards. No, Wilson kept it, and I think that's going to be Brownsville ball. I think Wilson lost that one, in the handoff maybe. I kind of.
Yeah, it looked like there was kind of but the Lobos come up, win here, and come back and stop the South Hawks, for making this a little worse there, for making it into 70s there. But there's still a lot of time. Got to get something going on here, offense. Take some, if they can get a good long drive and put some points on the board, I think that'll be a very good plus for them.
Well, they give one up and they get one back now, and so Lopez there is going to get a chance here. First down, 9-10 remaining in the game, if you will. And I'm just kind of curious to keep waiting for them to run that clock, but have not really done that in the true sense of the word. Here comes blitz on the outside. They're going to call it, I think, an offensive lineman. A jump. Not sure if he was provoked or not. We'll find out.
Offense,
that's a false
number
start.
64. 5-yard penalty from the
previous spot. But
you're
right about the clock, though, Aaron. I think they were going to just let it run here a little bit. Yeah, there's no sense to leaving it there. When you have a score like 64-0, you want to just kind of end the game as quick as possible, and not make it any worse.
Lopez gets 5 yards tacked onto that, so first down and 15 now is ahead of the 9 minutes left to go in the ball game. Down 64-0. handoff left-hand side. And they'll lose another 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, that was number 42, I believe, from the South Hawks that was able to get there really quickly. That was Hunter Medina for the South Hawks. They've got some, like I said, their speed is second to none, though. They can hit those gaps really well. You know, we've said it. They're not the biggest boys on there, but they're some of the fastest ones out there. I can tell you that. And that makes it, you know, any defense with that much speed is pretty dangerous there. And, you know, coming into the playoffs, that might be, you know, coming a big role here.
Here we go, looking to his right. Wants to pass. Screen set up. One-handed tip to himself. But what a great job there by Ethan Garza. He read that from the beginning. Did a great job getting outside and making the tackle.
Yeah, he did. That was dangerous, too. When you start doing that, you know, the tips can go either way, and they can cause an interception. So that's going to be in third down. And about 17 to go. Wow.
Just kind of get a sense, right? You know, like Browns was not trying to do anything. They're really not trying to stretch the field or anything. And I think, you know, because they're playing conservative a little bit. Because I was watching, and, you know, South still has the majority of their first-team defense out there. They're kind of rotating some guys in. But really, they don't want it to be scored on. I think they really want to pitch a shutout here. Here goes Cortinas, rolling to his right. Lets this one fly. Jump ball there. Incomplete pass. And both players really was 50-50 on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, you know, I like the sportsmanship there by number 16 of the Harlingen South Hawks, making sure that that was Chris Martinez, making sure that Rios was okay. You know, that's I love to see good sportsmanship on there. But I hope Rios is okay, though, because he was kind of walking off a little bit in there. So that's going to bring him a fourth down here, I believe, now. Mm-hmm. And they are going to punt this time. But, yeah, look at out there, that special team. So they're going in for it. Look, they're going to send everybody in. And there we go. They're getting close.
Seth Vergara now. He wants this one so bad. Look at him. He's like, man, I want to touch that football. He hasn't had too many opportunities tonight. And he's hungry, man. He wants to get a hold of that football. But
ball's down at the 46-yard
chase
line.
it down, but it was smart to let that one go.
Yeah, it kind of was. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 7-17. Thank you if you're still with us. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. 64-0 ball game. South has the ball here. Aaron, I think we should start seeing just run plays, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's very difficult to stop that run, though, South, though. It really is. That defense has been worn out. They've been on the field, you know, the majority of the time.
Shotgun formation. Keeper by August on the left-hand side. Following his blockers, doing a good job. Wants to stay in bounds down around the 48-yard line.
Yeah, good job by staying in bounds, keeping the clock rolling. I think you're just going to start seeing some sweeps around the last time, hopefully get a first down, keep the ball rolling, and maybe try to chew up as much clock as they possibly can. I'd like to see number 24, Hernandez again. Ethan Hernandez can't get the ball again. That was fun to watch. It really was. He's got a lot of speed around.
Well, he's in slot formation. This time, Edwards gets it up the middle. Look at him go. He breaks past another level out to the 30-yard line, and he just able to kind of chew up one level, two level, Joe. I mean, almost broke that third one.
I thought he was gone.
But, I mean, he's got a different level of speed and awareness here. And good to see that young running back come out tonight.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's been actually fun watching him run the ball. Probably got about 7 or 8 carries for about 120 yards around there, if I'm not mistaken there. And that's a good stat.
But I just, you know, it's almost like he kind of just picks up another gear, right? And he makes it from 10 yards so quickly. And by the time you know it, he's just a shoestring tackle away from breaking yet another one. Here he goes. Here's the handoff. This is what you're calling for. Hernandez makes a nice move back to the inside. He'll gain 2.
Yeah, gain 2 yards. But, you know, I love to see him. And, you know, it's just fun to watch because he's got a lot of speed. And Coach Gomez is putting him out there. You know, that's a really good thing right now. Especially right now that the game's pretty much out of hand right now with 5:40 left to play in the game here. You can honestly say it's pretty much a done deal here.
How about the job Coach Gonzalez has done, this in his second year here at South, and really got these guys motivated, like you said, believing in the program, believing in themselves and each other. And just doing a great job. Look at this nice run by Jacob Cano down to the
On the
16-yard line.
carry,
But
Jacob Cano
you
to
can
the
see that
left-hand
they're
side.
bought into the program, and
Oh, yeah.
it shows
Tony
on the
down to
field.
16. That is a
Oh, yeah.
Harlingen South Hawk. First down.
Well, we got a first down. I think Harlingen just really trying to get those little small yardage, 5, 6, and trying to, I don't think they really want to score. I really do believe that they're just trying. But, I mean, there's just way too much time, though, too.
Right.
I think there's like under 1 minute they could just, call it in. But here we go.
August Wilson, right-hand side,
Right.
clears a block there. That was Ethan Hernandez, by the way. Look at him dive for the pylon. Does he get in? Waiting for the official, and he says
He's gonna
not
be
quite.
short.
On the
Just
carry.
short.
Down to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to be about right at the 1 yard line. But, yeah, that was good.
I appreciate how, again, kind of the storyline where August was
first
starting
big
at the
goal
beginning
for
of the
the
season,
Hawks at
then
the 2-yard
Dylan Naya came in. They gave him the reins, but I like how they're using him. They put him on defense, put him on slot receiver. Of course, now in the second half, he's played quarterback as well. And, he's a good player, senior leader. You got to give him touches, get him around the huddle there, and give him chances. And I like what he's done tonight, being a good team player and just getting out there and doing what he's called to do. Here you go in shotgun formation. Now he's got Edwards with him in the backfield. And he's going to step up, looks to pass. Here comes the pressure, though, and he'll just walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks.
Wow. He went untouched there, Aaron. He went untouched.
Touchdown,
And
Hawks on the score number 2.
now we got a 70
August Wilson.
to nothing ball game.
South Hawks, for many years, Joe, South Hawks were on the other end of this. Kind of for a spell there in the middle 2010s, if you will. And, to kind of see the program revitalize and come back, is good. It's good for Harlingen, good for the district, good for the valley. So kick is up, and it is good. 71-0 is your score.
And that's another kicker, I
Extra
believe,
point is
too.
good.
I think that was number 80. That was Caleb Garcia doing the kickoff duties. Maybe previous kicker probably kicked so many extra points I think he was a little tired already. Coach, can you get somebody else to do that? Can you get somebody else in?
Yeah.
And my leg's a little, come on. I got to save it for next week.
And he's got the golden boot for the night for sure. That's Gavino Sanchez.
Gavino Sanchez, there you go.
He's a lefty kicker. You don't see too many lefty kickers.
Yes, that lefty kicker. And I noticed right there when I saw it, I was like, because he's number 83,
Yes.
right? And I saw, I was like, wait a second, that's a right-handed kicker, or a right-sided kicker. And but I think he does the kicking duties anyway, though, right? He does the kickoffs. Yeah. So we got that multiple. One does the kickoffs, one does the extra points and field goals.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure he's a recruit from the soccer team. Like these coaches got smart at some point and said, I'm going to go out to soccer fields, find some good kickers out there.
Yeah.
And they specialize, and it's really important, especially when you get into those playoffs. You never know. 1 point can make the difference or a field goal. Here we go. That, I believe, is Slovak, and he'll get stopped around the 17-yard line.
On the return, number 22, Eddie Slovak. On the stop, number 16, Chris Martinez.
Slovak there with minimal gain. We got 4:33 left to play in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Got a 71-0 ball game. I'd like to see the Lobos try to run it downfield, at least put something on the board.
Yeah. Take a shot. Why
Take
not?
a shot. You got nothing to lose, Coach. Just let Rios take a streak banner and just go. If he's out there. Yeah, he's out there. I think in the bottom of your screen there.
Yeah, Rios can fly, number 3. And again, going back, I know we've been very one-sided as far as Harlingen South. I mean, really, because they've scored 71 points. But there's some young prospects on this team here for Lopez. Oof. It's hit after that one. But got a bright future there.
They do, yeah. And I don't think Rios liked the fact they got hit.
No.
Yeah. I think South defender just told him, "Yeah, sorry, man. It's just,
That was a little iffy call right there, honestly. That could have been called.
That could have.
Roughness.
Yeah, I could have. I thought they were going to do it, but they...
You got an unprotected receiver right there. But anyway, they let it go. Good sportsmanship either way afterwards, maybe realizing like that was a little borderline. But again, you want to get out here healthy. I mean, really, at this point, you don't want anybody to get hurt. 2nd down and 10. Handoff, Slovak spins. Too many green jerseys there in the middle of the field. That's lose some yardage there.
Slovak up the middle. No gain on the play.
Slovak has really struggled today against that the very, very quick South defense. I mean, he's had some decent runs, but the majority of the time he's had a lot of yards for losses, though. So, you know, it's been pretty tough.
Cortinas, senior, Slovak, on the other hand, I believe is a sophomore. So we'll be calling him next year and the year after, perhaps. Yep, sophomore. Oh, look at that. Into traffic. I think that's intercepted, Joe. I think the target was 88, but number 22 for the South Hawks comes up with a pick. Marcus Jasso.
Marcus with the pick, yeah, good. And you know what? Good drills that they have there because
tip drill.
The 2 interceptions, I believe they come off of tips. So, yeah, good tip drill here. You know, 3:39 left to play in the game here. No timeouts here, people. Just let this one go through. Don't want to see another touchdown. I think that's kind of a harsh game right now, 71-0. But all you can do is hope and run.
Seth Vergara going back out there. I'm watching him, and he still wants to touch that football, right? So he's like, Coach, let me back in there. Not sure if he'll get a shot, but he's one-on-one on the outside. August Wilson, handoff Edwards. Nice move, patience at the line. And he fires through for a gain of about 5. Yeah,
got about 5, right around the 20-yard line, right at the 20. That's going to bring a 2nd and 5, like you said, Aaron. And at that South, it's just really taking their time, wasting the majority of the play clock.
We'll be right back here again. And if you football fans out there, you love some high school football, Battle of the Arroyo. We'll be right here live, 7:30 tomorrow on this channel and or Real Sports Live. So, you want some extra football in your life tomorrow and you don't feel like getting out? Hey, watch us online, and it's going to be an exciting game for sure. 2nd down, about 6 coming out for South Hawks. Edwards up the middle. Look at him go. He gets to the outside. One more move. Can't break it, but 1st down nonetheless, and he stays in bounds.
Yeah, he stays in bounds, and or the referee just said the roll.
Well, you're in bounds.
Yeah, you're in bounds. Yeah, we're going to call it in. I think, you know, with 2:38 left to play, I think it's safe to get a victory formation or something. Maybe.
Well, we'd like to see it at this point. August Wilson trotting back out there.
It is a 1st down, right? So I think in 4. Yeah, they're taking as much time. Coach Gonzalez is. They're in victory.
Victory formation. August Wilson takes the knee. And it's going to take a couple of these, by the way, because we're at 2:02 remaining. So
yeah, I think he's going to get all the way to the 4th down knee.
Well, I think so. Yeah. I'm doing the math here. I'm like, are they going to be able to get out of here just kneeling it over and over? But anyway. Well, and I agree with this call, by the way. You know, take it a victory formation, you know, till time runs out, if you will. And 71-0, I mean, it's quite an accomplishment for South, right? I mean, that's a big time win, a statement game, if you will. But, you know, your heart goes out for Lopez Lobos. I know that, you know, it's kind of disheartening if you play a game like this, but you have to look at it on the other hand and say, hey, we can build on this. We got a couple young players. You get stronger from this.
They do got some talent, no doubt about it.
There's some talent out there. And wish them the best, obviously, you know. And when one team is better in a district, it just elevates everybody else. And you know, South's kind of doing that right now. They got the mantle right now. Of course, they get a chance to get knocked off here in a couple weeks. Got a couple tough opponents, but right now, South's got the carrying the torch for this district. But you know, it elevates everybody when somebody's doing well. So hopefully, Lopez Lobos, they'll be back and stronger next year. Still got 2 more games left, by the way.
Yeah.
So keep improving.
Yeah, and like you said, Aaron, you got to keep improving because you got the playoffs coming up, and then the level of talent just starts getting better here.
Sure. But South again, they'll head to Brownsville Veterans Memorial. I saw some pictures of Veterans Memorial, by the way, and it's an impressive-looking team. And so they have dropped a couple, but I think they're going to be a formidable opponent, especially at home against the South Hawks, and then finish out with Donna in 2 weeks there as well. So. Hey, you know what? It's been great hanging with you all this evening and bringing this live stream to you all. The final score will be 71-0, Joe. One of those games on the district, you know, calendar, and it was played tonight, and one team dominated, another team will grow from it.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can only get better from there. And they came to play, and defense played extremely well for the Lobos. I know they didn't seem like it with the score, but they were on the field a lot, ladies and gentlemen. They were on the field quite a bit. The offense didn't get some things going, but hats off to them. Never gave up, and you love to see that in any football team.
All right, folks. Hey, thanks for being with us tonight. I hope you have a wonderful evening. We want some more football tomorrow, 7:30, right here on the same channel. And safe travels to Brownsville, Lopez, and great rest of the season. Thanks a lot for being with us. Signing off.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, the next band in Conference 5A is the Harlingen South High School Band. Their program is entitled Acts of Life. Part 1, Ascension. Part 2, Joyous Song of Praise. And Part 3, The Golden Sky. Part 4, Eclipse. And Part 5, Salutation from the Sun. Drum majors Jacqueline Davis, Sofia Castillo, and Jordan Phipps, you may begin your performance for the UIL region preliminaries of the UIL Area G Marching Band Contest.
my love. Lopez is the one. Lopez is horrible. He's won one game in 3 years. Okay. Yeah, let me call you right after they're done.
Directors for the Harlingen South High School Band are Rogelio Barajas, Laura Benavidez, Raul Liendo, Richard de la Riva, Alexander Jett, and Lexia Gates. Principal is Fernando Reyes. Superintendent, Dr. Alicia Noyola. Ladies and gentlemen, please give one more round of applause for the Harlingen South High School Band.